Am I the meanest?
Pun's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pun's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pun's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pun's drunk.
Who am I?
Pun's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pun's drunk. AKA Mr. Moo won't shine himself.
Of Harlem.
Hello, mi gente. You already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moo shine himself, aka el adobo, la sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday, the beginning of the week. But I suggest y'all all live every day like it's a Friday. You feel me? People be like, man, it's a Monday. You know, you get the, man, you don't feel the energy, man. You don't feel like waking up, going to school, going to work. Man, damn, it's Monday. Got a long week to go. Nah. You got to live your life like every day is a Friday. You know what I'm saying? You got to live your life like every day is vacation. I know it's hard for some, but it's all in the mind, baby. You got to mind fuck yourself that every day is a Friday. Excuse my language. Ladies and gentlemen, man, smash the like button on your way in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Well, it's about damn time. It's about damn time. Somebody petition what I've been trying to tell you the whole year. Ladies and gentlemen, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. I've been telling you the whole year, and hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I've been saying that we got to put pressure where it needs to be. Y'all already know the Welterweight division is probably my favorite division. One of the most stacked division. And I've been telling the people to stop blaming the Bud and stop blaming the Spence and Bud and Errol and Crawford and Al Heyman and whoever's is dealing with the paperwork with Bud Crawford, if it's Bo Mack, if it's MTK, Daniel Cunningham, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's Bob Arum. No, it's Al Heyman. No, it's this. No, it's Steven Espinosa. No, it's Tim Smith, PBC. Everybody bickering and hollering, crying, fighting, debating, dialoguing. Everybody's pointing the finger. It's him. No, it's him. Cállese la maldita boca, ustedes no saben nada. Shut up, okay? Take it easy. Can we move this across the sheets of the Korean store? Have a Martin. Hey. Didn't we learn something from the Ronnie King riot? Can we just all move this across the street of the Korean store? Ay, mi gente. Mira la camiseta que yo tengo. One time, Keith, one time, Thurman. Yeah, that's what I'm preaching right now. That's what I want. I don't give it. You can have what you want. Y'all can want Boots versus Earl. Y'all can want Virgil versus Bud. You can have a Boots versus Virgil. You can have Errol versus Spence. I want Keith one time Thurman versus Earl to choose Spence. Why? Because it's a fight that I've been waiting for. Keith Thurman is one of my favorite fighters. This is what I want. Y'all can have what y'all want, but can I be a fan too? Can I ask for what I want? Y'all all the time. Y'all ask for what y'all want. Can I ask for what I want and what I want and what I want to be, what I need, what I want to be entertained by? I ain't the one that be crying over not buying pay-per-view. I'm gonna buy the pay-per-view. I can't wait to see the fight. Keith one time Thurman versus Earl to choose Spence. That's what I want. As a fan, that's what I want. If you don't want it, it's okay, but that's what I want. If you don't want to pay for it, I'll pay for it. I don't give a damn what you want. That's what I want. That's what I want. All these fights is good. You mix and match it is good, but this is what I want now. And it's also the best business decision. It's also the best name that you could put on your resume. Whatever you regard it, I'll be like, hey, yo, Keith Thurman ain't the same. Nah, Keith Thurman ain't the man. I don't give a damn if he ain't the same or not. You give me that damn fight. That's the fight that I want to see. At the end of the day, Earl the True Spence could be Bruce Ennis. Let's say I want to see that fight. You already know I'm the one that said Bruce Ennis 4 years ago on this channel. I said that he's the second coming to Roy Jones Jr. Y'all just catching up right now. When people thought I was crazy, when people was telling me, hey, yo, Punch, you always trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, over-exaggerate with these young fighters and stuff like that. Let them prove to you, like, who they fought, yo. Who they fought. Well, now y'all want to see Boots versus Earl the True Spence. Am I right? Now y'all want to see Boots versus Earl the True Spence now. Yeah, that's the primary fight. But let's be real. Let's be honest. Putting on Keith Thurman and Errol Spence's resume is better than Boots at this moment. It's better than Virgil Ortiz at this moment. It's better than Conor Ben at this moment. It's better than any welterweight right now outside of Bud Crawford at this moment. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Those are the facts. Fuck your feelings. Those are the facts. Forget your feelings. Keith one-time Thurman is the best name and the best accomplishment that Errol Spence can have if he fights Keith one-time Thurman and beats Keith one-time Thurman. That's the best accomplishment, and that's the most money. It makes business sense, and it makes legacy sense. Prove to me that I'm wrong. Keith one-time Thurman versus Errol the True Spence. For Errol the True Spence, it makes money sense, and it makes legacy sense. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know we all about legacy reign supreme. But I also want these fighters to be compensated very, very well. So you're going to get compensated very, very well. This is what Keith one-time Thurman brings to the table and Errol the True Spence. It's going to be successful pay-per-view. It's going to be the most money that Errol Spence is going to gain. Probably, I don't know if it's going to be the most money that Keith Thurman is going to gain, but it's going to be the best name in the resume. It's going to be the best win of Errol the True Spence career outside of Bud Crawford. If he fights Keith one-time Thurman, beats Keith one-time Thurman, that's the best name on his resume. Nobody can tell me nothing. If y'all don't like Keith one-time Thurman, that's on you. If y'all lost faith in Keith one-time Thurman, that's on you. In the end of the day, he only lost to Manny Pacquiao, a split decision that could have gone either way. Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, that's the 8th Division World Champion, that's 5-time lineal, the 12-time World Champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. That's who he lost to. Smash your like. Smash your like a like. Brian Guzman in the building. What's good, Brian Guzman? Later on, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? He was a little busy and stuff like that. Anthony Dirrell supposed to show up. You know what I'm saying? We had a schedule interview. He's a little bit held up right now. A little busy, but hopefully he comes through and stuff like that. Hope we don't got to reschedule and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? We got a family event and stuff like that. Let's see what if he has the time. But yeah, man, we expecting Anthony Dirrell and stuff like that. We could chop it up, talk about his career briefly, talk about his last outing with Caleb Plant, a former IBF champion of the world. And you know what I'm saying? What's gonna be the future for him? He's 38 years old, but we're gonna see what's gonna be in the future for him. Boots is up next. Give my man Jaron Boots, guys, the next division. Ennis a shot. I'm cool with Ennis a shot. I'm cool. I've been saying it for a long time. People just catching up to Jaron Boots. And let's not forget, it's your boy, Mr. Moonshine, that been pumping Boots. A lot of these motherfuckers just caught on right now. A lot of these dudes just caught on right now. Hold on, let me give you the proof. Because I got a receipt, my friend. I got a receipt every day, every night, okay? Look at this, look at this, look at that. If you're familiar with the channel, you know what I've been preaching. You know what I've been preaching. I follow the young fighters, man. I follow the up and coming hungry lions. Hold on. I got you right here. I got y'all right here. Hold on. Dudes is catching up on Boots now, man. They catching up on Boots now. Look at that. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Josh Kelly, future mega fight, a leading faces of boxing. Long time ago, right? Long time ago. Look at this one. Look at this one. Jaron Boots Ennis, future welterweight king, April 23rd, 2019. Look at that. Nobody, come on, y'all. Look at this. Jaron Boots Ennis, most dangerous man stalking the welterweight division. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, interviews with Boots. Your boy was pumping Boots. Your boy, Mr. Moonshine, was the guy that was pumping Boots. Now y'all catching on, but it's all right. It's okay. We're going to make it anyway. Boxing Combat Films in the building. What's good, man? It's about damn time that you guys petition. I've been trying to tell y'all throughout the whole year. Petition. What I've been trying to tell y'all? What the hell I've been trying to tell y'all? You want to fight? You got to petition. Huh? What I've been trying to tell you, huh? Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me one second. Hold on. Tip Bayless in the building. Remember when Buzz said Keith don't feel confident in himself, taking the tune up? Then he want to go straight into Spence, but told Blue Bloods he want to stay busy fight. Y'all remember when Keith and Tom Thurman said, I'm going to catch his bluff, remember? In Brian Custer's, he said, oh, now that he calling me out, oh, now that's getting me mad. And what did Keith and Tom Thurman did the next day? What did Keith do the next day? Send a contract to Bud Crawford. And then they came out with a bogus story saying that Keith Thurman asked for $10 million. Liars. Liar. Let's go. The man of the hour. You good? Oh, you can't hear me? I think maybe you're on mute. Is it a mute button there? Nah? Yeah, I can't hear you. Let me see. Still can't hear you. Nah? Probably if you got other windows open on your phone. Nah? I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a message. You got Bluetooth? Oh, okay. Yeah, because sometimes if it's connected on the Bluetooth, or sometimes if you're listening to how you say it, like a Spotify or something like that. You can hear me? I can't hear you. I just reading lip. Try to time back out and come back in. Dame mi dinero, coñazo, coño. Págame mi dinero, señor. Shout out to Anthony Dirrell, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Dirrell. One of the top super middleweight fighters of today. Came up, you know what I'm saying? Lost his last fight, but at the end of the day, man, had a good career, make some good money, and inspiring his community as well, man. Brian Guzman in the building. What's good, man? Yo, Tip Bayless, good looking out with a super chat, my brother. Good looking out. Appreciate you. My fault. Yeah. Good looking out, Tip Bayless, my brother. Good looking out. Real boxing, you need to respect you. Let me see. Nah, I can't hear you, bruh. Is the fanboy for no rap star. Real boxing. Nah, I don't think it. I still can't hear him. Still can't hear him. Let me see. You can hear me though? You can hear me? Oh, okay. Nah. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Let's see. Let me see if it's not. I don't think it's my end. No, it's not on my end. Oh, mute mic. Okay. Must talk. I'm trying to get technical difficulties at the moment. Technical difficulties. Check my 1 2 1 2. Y'all can hear me though, right? Y'all can hear me though, right? Everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all can hear me though, right? Let me. All right. But if he okay, cool. But yeah, man. But he's trying to get he's trying to come on the panel and stuff like that. My guy Anthony Dirrell, we hear you punch sober. What's good, y'all? What's good, man? But look, of course, man, it's been a kind of roller coaster. It's been emotionally, the boxing fans been on a roller coaster ride emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Philip in the building. What's good, Philip? Let me see.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
now we hear you. Now we hear you. Now we hear you, champ.
Yeah, we good. Yeah, we good.
What's good? What's good? Shout out Philip with the super chat, man. Thank you, thank you. We got Anthony Dirrell in the building, huh? One of the top rated super middleweight fighter of today. What's good, man? How's
up,
everything?
man?
How's everything? How's the health? How's the health? How's life so far?
Man, I'm good. I'm blessed, man. You know, able to walk out of there with all my, 6 cents. So I'm good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Of course, man. You know, it happens in the sport of boxing, man. You win some, you lose
that's what
some.
we signed up for.
Yeah, man. Yes. But you got a good career, man. You're blessed to having your career. You know what I'm saying? 38 years old, almost 40 fights. I mean, a lot of people will you're blessed with the career that you have, a long career. I don't count nobody's pockets, but of course I wish that, you know what I'm saying, you got great investments, you got a good home, got a good family and stuff like that. What boxing has meant to you up to this point in your career?
I mean, in the beginning, boxing was everything. I love boxing. You get in the business aspect of it, and the BS. You start growing away from it, and it becomes a job, it becomes work. Something that you love becomes something that you have to, I ain't gonna say just do, but I mean you just got to do it because you're in it.
Yeah.
Most people, that's all we know. Is boxing and stuff, and it's sad, but it's the way of life. People adapt to what they've been going through. Like boxing or basketball. You grow up doing it, and that's what you stick to. So boxing at the beginning, I loved it. Boxing was everything. And then you start to grow out of it. I think just because of the BS that go on in the background, and people don't understand that. Yeah, people don't understand what goes on, what you have to do for a fight. They just want you to get a ring and put on the gloves and fight, and that's just not it. You got to protect yourself at the end of the day because we're risking our life to go in there and fight. Just like a couple, people died in this sport. You risk your life for 40,000. That's garbage. You know, if I'm gonna
Yeah.
risk my life, let my family be okay. My family can't live off 40,000. We're gonna spend that in a month, in a week.
Fact.
So you know what I'm saying. But that's where you start to fall out of love with it, and you see how the game, does ex champions. The ex champions gave their heart and soul, but the promoters is the one with all the money.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is. And you
how
know
is that
what?
even possible?
And then it's sad. It is sad when fans want to put tag on a fighter, how much their value and things of that nature. You know,
Yeah,
when fighters are fighting for their value or fighting for their contract. Oh man, fight this guy. Oh come on, man. Just like the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford is
yeah.
like, oh man, what Bud Crawford is doing? Oh, he don't want to fight Errol Spence.
But how do we know if it's Bud Crawford? It could be both sides. Like both of these guys are elite fighters. They at the pound of pound list. This is a mega fight, regardless of what anybody is saying. I think the fight
Mhm.
will happen, but just not now. You got to understand, with two elite fighters like this, both parties want what they want, and they deserve it. I mean, you can't say Errol Spence don't deserve what he want, but you can't say Terence Crawford don't deserve what he want. You know what I'm saying? I
Facts.
think you come and you give people you try to give them what they want at the end of the day, if not almost.
It's facts. Have you ever been in that? Like, did you have to do something extra to lock down the fight? Like, where probably out of your character. Like, of course, that was a promotion that you was promoting this fight. Like, hell, I think that you promoted this fight more than Deontay Wilder and Robert Alanius. Is this something that you had to do to lock down a Caleb Plant fight?
I think I did because you got to understand, I'm 38. Like, who want to fight? It's a lose lose situation. At the end of the day, it was a lose lose situation. You beat an old guy or you lose to an old guy.
Mm,
But I ain't gonna say lose lose because I was still there. But still, people gonna look at it like, oh, you fought an old guy. He's 38 years old. So at the end of the day, it's lose lose. But I think I had to do that to pull him in and to get him like, oh yeah, let's fight this motherfucker, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think I had to do that, and it's nothing personal against nobody. That's just what I had to do. You can't be two or four good guys just talking and oh yeah, he good. You can't do that or your fight would never sell. You tell me a fight that's sold with two guys just liking each other and doing that unless they somebody like unless it's a big major fight, but everybody talk. Errol Spence and T Bud's talking. Deontay
mhm.
Wilder and Tyson Fury's talking. These are mega fights. If you
Yeah.
want the fight, you got to have a good guy and a bad guy. And Caleb was a good guy. I was the bad guy. And I'm fine with taking that role. But I'm fine
Yeah.
with taking that role because it puts more attention on us. As you
Yeah.
understand, if I was in there just talking and praising him, who would want to see that shit? Nobody want to see that, man. People want
Yeah.
to see a motherfucker. Oh, he talking real cash shit. Let's go get him.
Mm,
Uh, and that's what it is. I think I secured the fight when I was talking big shit. I don't got nothing against Caleb, man, but I had to
yeah.
secure the fight.
Yeah.
Who was to say he would have fought me if I didn't do that?
Facts. I mean, it's the
So
blueprint. It's like you follow the blueprint, Muhammad Ali. Sometimes
yeah,
in the channel, sometimes we debate and have dialogues like why they just don't follow the blueprint. Like I believe, let's say with the Bud and Earl Spence, I don't think they talk enough. I think if Earl would say more or Bud would say more, maybe they would have like what you did with Caleb Plant. Maybe this fight would have been locked down. Like you would have been shamed to fight.
yeah.
Nah, this guy's talking crap. You know what? I'm gonna sign this fight. I gotta get him right now. You know, but I don't
I mean
see that
and
back.
that's true. That's true. But they still talking. They say little stuff here and there, and who is aimed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk is talk, but if both of them want it, but it's just the agreement, it's just the business aspect of it, man. The business side is not what they want. I mean, you got to get what you want in this world. Like I say, we in there risking our life every time. If you don't get what you want, then what's the point? We know our value, man. Well, some people know their value at the end of the day, and your value is everything. The stuff that you want not there, we hold off for a minute and come back to it. You
What
gotta
it
you
what
gotta go away and then come back, and it'll be better.
Facts, man. I agree 100%. What you feel like is your biggest accomplishment in boxing and your biggest accomplishment outside of boxing?
Uh, the biggest accomplishment to me is winning my first championship after coming off cancer, man. I think
Mm,
that championship meant so much more than just the championship. just let myself know that I can do it, and letting people that went through a similar disease, you know, know that anything is possible. So that
Yeah.
definitely was my biggest fight, you know, inside the ring. Outside the ring is beating cancer, you know,
Yeah.
beating the odds. I became a two-time world champion, no matter which way you put it. Two-time world champion. You know, people don't become one time. People fight for the championship one time and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
and for me to become two-time world champion, man, I set a goal, and the goal was to become world champion. I did that twice, so I'm happy with myself. I have, you know, that nothing else to prove.
Like you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I beat cancer, like, you know, this is just a fight right here, you know what I'm saying? But I beat cancer. So I'm like, do you feel like even though that you could probably take a couple of L's in your career like you did, like you still untouchable, you still unbeatable? That's how you like I beat life. I mean,
It's
nobody
just
beats life. We all gonna go away, but you
right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's just it gives you a different mindset for sure. You know, of course I lost in the ring, but in life, you know, I beat all odds. You know, especially with that big old C, you know, cancer, man. You know, you beat all odds. You think of cancer, you think of death, regardless of how you look at it, regardless of what cancer you have. You know, and then for me to overcome that at a young age, 22, man, I'm accomplished right there. You know, they say nobody can tell you great. You got to believe that you great before you can be great.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
feel you,
great. I
man.
don't care what nobody say.
Man, thank God for that.
It's only
Thank God
two
that
people
you
that came back from cancer and won a championship. Me and Danny Jacobs. That's it.
do
You
do
can't tell
do
me I'm not great from that.
nah, brother, nah, you're great and God is great. I would say God first, everything second.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
not sure. You know, I'm not sure that if you a God fearing man or something,
I
but I
am. I
always
definitely am. God is good, man, all the time, man. People ask me how I am, man. I say blessed and highly favored. Every time
that,
they ask me how I am, I'm blessed and highly favored.
that's what's up. That's what's up. What matter of fact, let me just touch a little base on that because I do like to inform people that you know have your personal relationship with God. God is good,
For
and God
sure.
I can't leave a live or a video. I always have to say that. What is so important in having a relationship with God?
Uh, I mean, he just knows your every move. He knows what you can do. He knows that you can get through stuff. Uh, that you're tough enough to get through anything that the devil throws at you. Because people say, "Oh, God knew you can get through cancer, so He put it in His way." God didn't do that. The devil put that in the way. God got me through it. Period.
Mm,
Point blank. No matter which way you put it, devil try to knock you off your block, and God keep you on that block. God keep you on the straight and narrow, man. And of course you're gonna have mishaps and mess ups, but you know you have a relationship with God, man. Anything is possible, man. I can do all things that Christ who strengthens me, man. Period.
yeah, that's what's up. Now, you ever seen the movie Ghost? When Whoopi Goldberg said tens and twenties. Now you can have my $10,000 in tens and twenties. I my brother, just hand me my ten thousand
Yeah,
dollars
I seen
in
that.
ten.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nah, it's all jokes, it's all jokes, you know. Um, but it's I mean it's good that you clarified that on your IG live. That was I saw the IG live. I couldn't see all of it, especially the end, but
Yeah.
you did clarify that because of again, you got to promote the fight. You didn't mean it like that, of course. You don't got no racist bone in your body. So anybody that think that, nah,
My,
he's
my
a
my best friend is white, man.
yeah,
Period. Like my son grew up with a white boy. Like I have. So these kids with disabilities, they come. I got a basketball gym in my house. They
okay.
come to my house for free, totally free, no charge, and they just run up and down the court playing, man. That it, and I mean that's what I like. I tell people, if I get one person to smile a day, I done my deed for the day because I
That's
made
what's
that
up.
person day with that one smile. So I try to get. That's my goal is to get one person to smile, even if my wife, man. One person smile a day, I'm fine with it.
That's what's up, man. I do want to ask you. I asked Nonito Donaire this, and I try to ask certain fighters. I said sometimes fighters, do you have to be bipolar because you got to turn it on when you're in training camp? You got to become this, this machine, and then after the fight, do you have to like almost like no disrespect, like but humanize yourself again? Do you have to turn it on and
To to
off?
to some extent, you do. Like in my camp, man, we just normal. We try to be normal. We do normal stuff. Like this camp, we did a lot of stuff, man. Honestly, we was gonna go. like fishing, but the weather kept being bad. Like deep fish, we going in the ocean fishing. Like we do stuff like that. We do different type of stuff. We go to football. I mean, we just not boxing related because we all a family, man. We've been knowing each other for so long. But to answer your question, I mean, to some extent you do, but you got to be yourself at all times. You know,
Okay.
if because people gotta like you for you, period, point blank. If they don't like you for you, they ain't for you.
Yeah, facts, man. Also, Canelo Alvarez, when they was talking about David Benavidez, he said, man, to David Benavidez, you only beat Anthony Dirrell, and it seems like, he didn't want to, he don't know if he's gonna want to fight David Benavidez, but they use you as the gauge or things of that nature. Like, what can you explain the difference between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, who already lost to Canelo Alvarez, but what do you see the difference in your experience fighting both of them?
So I mean, like I say, Caleb is technical. Like he gonna box around the ring, and it's boxing. That's what it's called. It's called boxing. When I was saying running and stuff, I mean he boxing. That's what he do. He box, and he's good
Yeah.
boxer, good footwork and all that. David Benavidez, different animal, man. Really, he's tall. He uses his range.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I think he have a problem with boxers. Honestly, if a person is moving, he kind of have a problem with it. But if he get you, he gonna get you. I mean, it's just the truth.
Okay, okay.
If he get you, he get you.
Ride of the Storm says, salute my brother Punch and Dirrell. Much love to you both. Can I get a loan for 10K? LOL. Everybody. Hey, yo, you gonna be like, yo, Anthony Dirrell, aka 10K. Everybody be like, yo, what's that 10K? But good looking out on Ride of the Storm. Thank you, my brother. I was also gonna say this. You was talking about something that I've been saying it for such a long time, right? I was a big Pretty Boy fan, Floyd Mayweather, and on your IG live yesterday, you were saying what I usually say, like, I hope that Floyd Mayweather shows how to invest money, show the people, not to be so braggadocious. I think that you should
And you
evolve.
ain't, and you don't gotta show everything because nobody's supposed to show their every move. You move in silent for something, but the little things, you show a person how to get it. You give a person $1, and hopefully they can make $100 off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just show them a little bit, so their motivation can keep going.
Yeah.
Like I say, Floyd always showed the boxers how to get their money, but not necessarily what to spend it on. Because when you look at his page, if you look at Floyd Mayweather page right now, his page is gonna be cars,
Watches
clothes,
and strippers.
watches, and jewelry. Yeah. So how do you and Floyd is a good guy. Like I hung around Floyd all the time. Like Floyd, like he really gonna let you know, but for the normal person, if you following Floyd, like if he throw a bone out there and tell you how to do something, bro, that stuff gonna shoot. Like that stuff gonna blow. Like anything he touch blows. So why wouldn't you give a little breadcrumb to somebody or your viewing and make them better?
Yeah, I
Because
feel
all
like,
these boxers are watching him, and all these boxers want to be like Floyd. But why be somebody that, I'm gonna go buy this rose, and you don't got enough money to buy the rose?
Exactly. It's like showing that you. I know a lot of humanitarians, when they give out, they don't like to, like, don't say that they don't want to expose that they're giving and stuff like that. I'm not sure why, but being a humanitarian is a cool thing. I want people to be inspired by being humanitarian. You
Yeah,
don't even got to be
sure.
rich. You don't even got to
Yep.
be rich. You could, just like you could give somebody a smile. You could give somebody $10 for the day, or go
Yep.
to the children hospital. Spend $2,000, buy some toys and stuff like that if they allow you to, because of course sometimes you need a foundation to do that.
Yeah, of
But
course. And I got foundations, I got everything.
that's what's up.
But that's what I do. Like I give back, bro. most people want to know about. I give turkeys out. I do Christmas giveaways. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of stuff in the community just to try to make my community better. Because when I was growing up, Mateen Cleaves and Charlie Bell and Morris Peterson, Robert Smith, like these guys did this. You know what I'm saying? And it just fell down to me. Like I felt like that I had to do it because this is what our next generation is going to be. We are raising up our future presidents and lawyers and judges and stuff like that. So why not give them a good look, saying if I give away, seeing me give away, oh, this guy got a lot of money, he giving away stuff, you know what I'm saying? So why not? If I got it, I'm gonna give it, bro. If I can do this for the rest of my life, I will. I'm gonna do it until I can't do it no more. I'm gonna give back until I can't no more.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, and I hope more people do think like you. You know what I'm saying? I think we need that. We need that inspiration for the youth, and not just look at. I think a lot of people is living through a perception. You know, especially with social media, they live in a perception. And I don't think that's a healthy way to look at life. But hopefully everybody get it together and people are more inspired by what the things that you do. You know, you from Michigan, Flint, Michigan, and yo, people could actually say that arguably the male best boxer arguably ever, and the woman Clarissa Shields, you know, arguably ever. Y'all got the both of the best of the both worlds. Floyd Mayweather,
I
Clarissa
agree,
Shields.
especially definitely. I mean, shit.
They
Like
say y'all got
Floyd
bad
from
water
Grand
out there,
Rapids
but
and
damn,
shit.
it seems like it's some good water out there, man.
I mean, you know, it's something. You know, we grew up when the water was good, so it's definitely something. You know what I'm saying? But we just Michigan bred, man. It's just that's it. Like, you know, you born from Michigan, man. It's been a lot of people, a lot of champions from Michigan, in the boxing world, honestly.
You know who's
And
my
then
favorite? You know who's
you
my
had down there in Detroit, you know, with Kronk, man. Them was the roughest boxers back then. I don't care what nobody
hey,
said.
my favorite old school fighter to watch is actually a lot of people don't even talk about it, but my favorite old school fighter is Henry Hank.
Hmm.
That's my favorite fighter to watch. I
Hmm.
think that he was the before Roy Jones Jr. his style. Like he bought the hand speed, the flamboyant. If people ever like, I don't know if people know him. Every time I say Henry Hank, they think the baseball player. Nah, he was a boxer back then. He lost a lot of times, but if people read his story, they will know that. I
But
think
you
he.
got to understand. See, people look at the losses, man. If a UFC person lose, they still there. Like people
Mhm.
look at the losses, they don't look at the accomplishments, man. And that's the bad thing, especially with boxing, man. One loss that shouldn't define your whole career. Like I
Yeah,
did some good shit in this career. Like you
yeah,
basing me off just this? Oh, y'all bugging. Y'all bugging,
yeah.
man.
Nah. This
Base me off
at 30.
the whole career.
Mm-hmm. Nah, yeah, 39, man. That's why a guy like Canelo Alvarez said, be like, man, you only beat Anthony Dirrell because that's the only thing that they could come up with, you know what I'm saying, when
Right.
they trying to give credit to somebody.
And I think with
Um,
that, with Canelo not fighting Mexicans, bro, some of the best fights was Mexicans versus Mexicans. Period.
fact.
Some of the best fights. You
Yep.
tell me some of the best fights was Mexican versus Mexican, man. Because they gonna go out there and brawl regardless. They gonna give you a show. They gonna give you your money's worth. Period. And for him just to
Facts.
say that, I don't understand why, but I don't understand it. To me, I don't.
Can you imagine if people would have said that in the beginning, we probably would have never seen Barreras, Marquez, and let's say
Right.
African American fighters say I won't fight another African American. We wouldn't see no Hagler versus Hearns
Right. Like
and
is Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard versus her. Like, come on, man. That don't even make no sense, man. Come on. Let's be real.
fact. Now a lot of people got what can you say about Al Heyman? A lot of people is misinterpret, you know, he's like a ghost and people don't, you know, people blame him for certain things. People give him credit for certain things. What can you say? Because we always hear his fighters always talk great about him. What can you say about the man Al Heyman?
I'm a great guy, man. Uh, I got a good relationship with him, personal relationship for sure. But I mean, he gonna look out for his fighter. He don't care what no promoters say, none of that. He's looking out for your fighters. If you riding with him, he ride with you. Period.
Yeah, man. What's the
if loyalty was the name, he definitely loyal, and that's the truth, dead honest truth.
Hey, if Leo Santa Cruz is named his son after Al Heyman, Al Hamon, there's a Mexican kid out there named Al Hamon.
Yeah.
You know that, Anthony Dirrell.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Al do his fighters right, no matter what people say. I mean, people don't know. Like they say, oh, Al doing that. How do you know that Al doing that if he didn't tell you out of his mouth? Like people,
Right.
you gonna say what you're gonna say because it's your job to do that. But you ain't right. Like if you ain't hear that from Al or a real close source to Al, like bro, you can't just defame this man's character like that.
Yeah. I as when I was, coming into the boxing, like talking a lot of boxing, and of course, you don't know Al too much. You just know him from the music industry. So you're like, man, you put the blame on people just to put the blame on him. But then when you understand the business, like he's the manager advisor. If I have a financial advisor, he don't got to care about you. Care about me.
Yeah, right.
My manager
why he working with you? Why he talking to you? Like he not gonna talk to you. He gonna talk to this fighter right here, and that's it. He
Exactly.
care less what nobody say, man. That's the thing. He can care less what nobody say.
Hey, y'all tell you like this, man. Hey, I think we seen Bigfoot more than Al Heyman, bro.
Man, probably. Because but that's a good thing. Like you don't want nobody like that's gonna be promoters all in the videos, like what they say, yeah.
Like Diddy and shit.
Yeah, like Diddy said. Come to Death Row.
Suge, like Suge said, yeah. But that's a good thing. You got that relationship, and more. All the fighters always say the same thing, but people just look. I learned one thing, man. Paco, the WBO president, told me once. He said, "The business of boxing is none of the fans' business." You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
He's like you got everybody in YouTube, because at the moment he didn't know that I had a YouTube channel. So he said everybody in YouTube is all idiots. They don't know nothing. I said, hey Paco, my friend, hey me, I do a YouTube, my friend, okay? And
yeah.
He said, no, you know what I'm talking about. Look, the business of boxing is none of your business. I'm like,
yeah, that's true. The business of boxing is not like let the fight happen. I think the Errol Spence and T-Bun fight will happen, but it's just not happening when everybody wanted it to happen. I think it will happen though. That's just the truth.
Yeah, man. I just think that boxing is all stacked up, especially in the welterweight division. A lot of division, like it's stacked up where I'm not like a slave to.
Now since Shakur done moved up, like it's a lot of weight classes that's elite right now. 68 still elite. I don't care what nobody say. 75 still elite. I mean, you got heavyweights kind of elite now. They there like with all the people they like the suit. They need to do another Super 6, bro. With
Facts.
all
in multiple divisions.
Classes. Yeah, and try to have the finals all in one building where everybody you don't gotta. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the thing. It's so many promoters, thousands and thousands of promoters in boxing, bro. Is one promoter in UFC, is one commissioner in football, one commissioner in baseball, one commissioner in basketball. We the only sport that got all these damn promoters. Like, why? We got to change so much stuff, bro. But people don't want to lose that money. Like, we need somebody like Floyd, but he a promoter. To come in and change, but we can't, like, because everybody want to promote. They got their hand. Everybody got their hand
in the cookie jar.
They got it. They got it in there.
Man, everybody got their hands in the cookie jar. But that's a great idea. That's a great idea. But also, you were saying something. I'm like, nah, not yet. But I understood you when you like, maybe you leaning towards retirement. Is that real? Is that you trying to let us go now, man? You got some fights. You got Demis Andrade. You could get a Danny.
It ain't. And I understand all that, man. It's just. I want to get out with this. Okay. And me at 38, your brain rattle a little bit more than I'm at 28. You know what I'm saying? He's young. This is a young man's game, man. You stay in it, man. You're gonna hear me slur. I ain't gonna have all this up here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get out while I can. God has blessed me with everything I have now, and boxing have too. But I need to do what I need to do. I got a family. Man.
Facts, man. And I think that's the part that's unfortunate that there's a lot of hardcore boxing fans, but that's the part that fans don't care about. Like, we just want you to be in the ring. We don't
Just
care
wanna
if you how
fight.
much you're getting paid, or you getting slimed, or you
Yeah.
getting lowballed, or they robbed your money. And we just want to see the fight. See, I'm a
That's
different type
it.
of person. Like, I'm for the fighter. Like, I created the channel because I care about the fighter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When my friend, when I was 12 years old, my friend was 16 and he died in sparring. That was my reality introduction of boxing. Just not looking from TV, but my reality introduction.
But that's the
Pops.
thing, like, why don't boxers have unions, bro? Because there's too many promoters that want their hand in there. They ain't giving up no money. But everything else have union. They gonna look out for it. Look at all these ex-champions, bro, that come to the fight. They'll give you a ticket to the fight. They won't help you make no money. Give me a job. Let me make some money in here. Don't just send me to a fight, man. Let me make some money and let's get it going from there. I don't want that. I don't want that ticket, man. I want some money, man.
Yeah, man. You're good commentating too, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah. You're a good commentator, man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need you to slur. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you to slur.
I can't do that. I can't do
You
that.
know, shout out to James Toney, but we can't have you on TV.
I can't do that. I definitely can't do that.
But man, yo, Anthony Dirrell, man, it's been a pleasure
I
talking to
appreciate
you
you
and
having me on, man. I definitely
man,
do, man. It's a blessing, man. I appreciate it.
you're a great ambassador to the sport, in and out the game. And I know that even if you do decide to retire, even though that I would like one more fight, because I don't want you to go out like that, Dirrell. I don't want you to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me an exhibition at least. You feel? At least an exhibition, so you won't go out like that.
I understand. But like I say, man, it's a sport. It's entertainment. You know, things happen. Entertainment, things happen, regardless of what people say. I put on this show to entertain the audience, man. It's entertainment. It's not my life. Period. It's just something that I do to entertain people on TV and in the audience. My kids and my wife and my family is my life, man. This is what I need to do.
And your family and your wife is good. That if you decide to cut it off, they're great.
Yeah, for sure. My sons, they just want me home, man. You know,
that's it.
Able to see them play basketball and all the sports they do. So that's it, man. They want me home. I've been gone a long time. I've been doing this 20, 28, 29 years, man.
Shout out to your bros too, man.
Yeah, he got a fight coming up on the 5th. So
yeah. Is that the one with the no? That's the Showtime card, right?
Showtime card, yeah.
Showtime card, because I know they got the Bivol and Suldo Ramirez fight, but that's
they do on the 5th?
On the same day.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll be watching.
Yeah. You gonna be like this, all right, bro.
I'll be watching that too.
Bro. God damn, probably get the win of this fight, baby. You know. But brother, man, good looking now. I know you busy and stuff like that with the fams. God bless you, man, and your family. So you're always gonna be a champ for us, man. You're always welcome anytime you need something to say, something to promote. We here for you, my brother.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right, bro. Anthony Dirrell, one of the top 168 super middleweight champs of this era. You know what I'm saying, man? Good looking out, man. That's the way. That's the way it is, man. I know everybody. Yo, Punch. You better get him the $10,000. I don't need no $10,000. I might need a $10,000, but you know what, man? Just it's all cool, man. It's better. It's just better to have relations and things of that nature, man. Because I didn't want to go too far. I know that he mean what he meant. People could take it too far, and I've been a person that have been speaking, and I don't want to see the Alan Minter, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, slurs thrown around there, and people get a misconception about things like that. But Anthony Dirrell is one of the good dudes in the sport of boxing, and follow him on IG. Follow him on his social media platform. There's a lot of things that he be talking about that, I relate to the things he's saying. I relate that, I'm saying that he's all about being humanitarian and giving back and showing to give back. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why when he was on the IG live yesterday, he was like, you know what I'm saying? He respect Floyd Mayweather, but he wished that Floyd Mayweather would show more of the humanitarian efforts and stuff like that, because then that will motivate others to be humanitarian, especially instead of just trying to get the money to buy a car or watch and stuff like that. Because I know behind the scenes, Floyd Mayweather does a lot of great work, you know? Only bitches are friendly to Uncle Fester. Yeah. Shout out. Look, the only my fault to y'all. The thing is, at the moment I didn't know that he was going. He was in an event right now, so he ain't. I thought that he was gonna come right before 10:30, or we was trying to reschedule at the same time, and he just like, yo, send me the link to see if it goes through, and it actually did. But it is what it is. Shout out to Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, Kobe in the building, Tip Bayless in the building, HLD in the building. What's good, brother? What's good, man? But yeah, man, great interview, man. Great interview with the great Anthony Dirrell. Shout out to Andrew Dirrell. He's gonna be fighting as well November 5th. Let me take this thing out. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. But yeah, man, great interview, man. Great insight from a good fighter, 38 years old. So I could understand if you want to call it quits. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call it quits, I think he did his good deeds in the sport of boxing. I think he put his family in position. He put himself in position, make some smart investment, got a great family, good home, taking care of people, taking care of the youth, man. You can't ask for anything else, man. Now you gotta enjoy the fruit of your labor. So shout out to Anthony Dirrell, and more blessing goes to him, you know what I'm saying, and his family. But let's talk about a little bit more of this situation that I've been trying to I've been stressing this situation in the welterweight division. I've been wanting Boots. I've been wanting who's his manager? Cameron Duncan, the likes of Cameron Duncan or TGB, whoever they work with, man, to petition the IBF, Darryl Peoples, to get this fight with Errol the True Spence. Because I believe that if they would have petitioned when I said petition, you know what I'm saying, put pressure on the IBF, then this fight would have been actually secured. You know what I'm saying? These guys waited for too long for no damn reason. I don't know why they waited for too long. I tell the people, petition for the fight. You know what I'm saying? And let the Bell Federation put that pressure on these fighters to file for an extension, a 30-day extension. If they don't come out with a deal, then you move on to the next fight. And I think that, yes, I'm glad that Jaron Ennis and his people and his rep did petition for the fight. Stanionis petitioned for the fight, but y'all should have done that earlier. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have done that earlier. This stuff should have never carry over for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Shit, both Dirrells have been in the game for a minute. His brother won bronze in the Olympics. Yeah, man, Anthony Dirrell, man, and his bro, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to all the people there, man, that give a chance to your boy, Mr. Moonshine, to interview them, man. It was great having them. But yeah, man, and I don't think look, I think Oscar De La Hoya is also in the WBO convention out there in Puerto Rico, Boricua, in Puerto Rico, the WBO having their conventions over there, man. I wish I was over there in Puerto Rico right now, man, having a great convention. I want to see what Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy Promotion is going to do if they're gonna petition the WBO for virtual teeth to become mandatory to Bud Crawford. And I know it's an 18 months process, but I'm gonna tell you like this though: if they petition for the fight, I'm gonna tell you like this: if they petition for the fight, listen to me. If they petition for the fight now, then Bud Crawford and Errol Spence will have to happen soon. If it don't happen soon, then say bye-bye to that fight. Because they said 18 months, right? All right, we in 12 months. They will have to fight in February or March. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford will have to fight. I want to know what Errol Spence is going to do now. I want to know if Errol Spence is going to keep that same energy, because you was in negotiations. He backdoored you, man. He went to BLK. He left you in the boarding room, man. He left you in the negotiation table, Errol the True Spence. You don't want to fight. You ain't want to fight Keith Thurman because he said he never gave you a shot. Now, Bud Crawford just left you out there stranded like Tom Hanks, in Castaway, Bud Crawford is Wilson. Errol Spence was like, Wilson, come back. Wilson. Hey, man, left them shattered in the island. But yeah, man, Let me open it up right quick. Let me open it up right quick so we can chop it up. Y'all want to, man. Let's open it up right quick, man. I'm gonna open it up right quick, man. Let's have before I do. You know what I'm saying? Let me open it up right quick. If y'all want to chop it up right quick with your boy, Mr. Moonshine, man, we could chop it up right quick. And tell me what y'all think about. I want y'all opinion, what y'all think about Anali and the building. Aaron in the building, what's good, man? Halim in the building, what's good? Jason in the building, what's good? Real Boxing TV in the building, what's good, man? If y'all want to chop it up real quick, you know what I'm saying? HLD in the building, Boricua.
¿Qué pasó, hermano? How we doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. My fault. I was supposed to send the link, but he told me first that he don't know if he was gonna be. He's in an event.
Nah, no worries, man. No worries, man. You had a good interview. You know, you're gonna have to explain, bro. It was a good interview, man. You know, but I told you, man. If you want, I told you, man.
Yo lo tengo suave, suave.
I told you to sign the contract. I would have represented. I would have got you that money. I'm only gonna take 40%. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Por eso que no hablé contigo.
But you see, now you got nothing, man. Now you got an interview, man. You got an interview.
Es suave, es suave. Yo lo tengo ahorita. Cuando ya yo le doy un pill y me meto y lo saco cuando we go to a boxing event, lo saco de la bolsillo de él.
Man, but yeah, if any, I was just gonna say, man, thanks for, you know, he gave us an effort, bro. I was going for him. I mean, if anything, he was the only reason I was watching that fight. Yeah. That card, because I didn't care about the wall. I was hoping that the junkyard dog would put a beat down on Plant, but you know.
And you know why? Because he came with great momentum. He came arguably with the knockout of the year. So he came up with great momentum. You know what I'm saying? I did not see that coming. I don't care what anybody tells y'all. I don't want no dickhead geniuses coming out of nowhere and be like, I actually predicted that it was going to be a knockout. Mentira de ellos.
Ain't nobody knew it was going to be a knockout. That was even I got to admit, I think it was just the knockout of the day, obviously.
I think it was a surprise, bro.
It was a surprise.
I'm not gonna say the loss, maybe a surprise, but the knockout was a surprise.
Oh, absolutely. And if you go watch it, I mean, you know, yeah, you got to give it up to Plant. The way he set it up, bro, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful setup. But okay, no, man, good game, man. The guy's a good dude, man. I mean, if you listen to his backstory, you know, going through cancer and whatnot, that speaks for itself. So, you know, you can't hate on the guy. The guy, you know, he's had a good career. You know, if he decides to cut it already, you know, hang him up. It's all good, man. I mean, him and his brother been in the game for a minute.
38 years old.
Yeah, you know, and you know, so it's the family of boxing. They've given a lot. I think his brother's a heavyweight. I mean, light heavyweight, I think it is. But he hasn't been fighting in a minute either, I think.
So now we're hearing so many news out there, right? We're hearing so many news about the Welterweight division. This guy's petitioning this one. I've been saying the whole year. I wish that these guys petition for these fights, and then these guys will have to file for a 30-day extension, and then I think we would have gotten a Boots or Earl announcement. We would have gotten something moving, but everybody was just sitting on their ass waiting for this fight. If I'm a fighter, if I tell my representative, I don't give a damn about Bud and Spence. I want my shot. That's it. You know. So, what do you feel should be the next fight for Errol the True Spence?
Well, it's shocking because before they got announced, I had tagged them all up. I'm like, yo, this is what needs to happen. You know, they need to get the sanctioning bodies to mandate these mandatories, and I had tagged Ennis and Spence and Dirrell Peoples.
And Peoples got in a pass, bro. He's got in a pass.
No, so I got them all tagged up, and guess what? The next day we're hearing, Boots Ennis, he petitioned to Dirrell Peoples at IBF. So I mean,
I still don't believe it.
I mean, who knows, man.
Hey, yo, look, y'all know, man. I've been speaking about Boots Ennis even before speaking about Virgil Ortiz. I've been speaking about Boots Ennis for the longest, but I still don't. Who petitioned for the fight? Right,
I was gonna say that because I mean, you know, whoever the Godfather over there, PBC, wouldn't have allowed it. You know what I mean? He
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I think the wording. I think maybe the wording got misconstrued. I think they requested for the fight. Requesting and petitioning is two different things, because a petitioning, you're gonna have to not even Cameron could petition. The manager could request, but the promoter, whatever promoter they're working with, Has
to
to
be
petition.
has to petition. So yeah, that's exactly true. You know, when you listen to a lot of the trainers and some of the guys who work close with their fighters, they really don't know the ins and outs of the way the game works. You know what I mean? And they just don't. They don't know the rules. They don't know what each sanctioning belt has and the way you got to do things. I noticed that a lot when you're hearing them talking. Like, no, bro, that's not true. That's not the way the rules are
Yeah,
engaged.
because he signed a network deal. So the guy that actually speaks for him is two guys. It's either going to be, of course, Cameron Duncan, or it's going to be Steven Espinoza, because they don't got a promotional deal. They got a network deal. So why was Steven Espinoza, he took Cameron Duncan like request for a thing? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It sounds good. It sounds great. Did TGB do it? I don't know, but we got some more information later. But I'm at least I'm glad that these guys are not going to sit around waiting for this fight. They should have done it earlier again, in my opinion. And I think that the fans should put pressure on where it needs to be, like Dirrell Peoples, IBF. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about Mauricio Suleiman, Guzman, sometimes Paco. Nobody talk about Dirrell Peoples, bro. That should have been
Bro.
mandated a long time ago.
The guy's a ghost, man. He plays it slick. He's a ghost in the game. But answer your question, what should happen next for Spence? Look, I'm in the faith. I don't think this fight is ever going to happen now with what happened,
Yeah,
because
me
I
too.
heard Espinoza. I was on a space with him. He was talking, and they were blindsided by it. He found out just like we did that Crawford went, and took this other fight. So I don't see Al Heyman wanting to deal with Crawford. I don't blame Crawford for taking the fight, but I think the decorum, the way he did it, was not right. I think we're businessmen. We're taking a deal. We've been working at it for months. Look, man, you're telling me we're not gonna fight this year. I told you that I want to fight this year. So if you're telling me absolutely there's no fight, I'm gonna take this deal. You guys want to continue working on this deal, and in the meantime, that's fine. But I am gonna be taking this fight. But
Well,
the way,
even Derek James said we already in camp. You know what I'm saying?
right, and so
So
it seemed like he did this. He did. I mean, it was already in play. Blah blah blah. And I mean, I just think just the way he did it was wrong. I don't blame him for taking the money. Obviously not if it's real. I even don't believe that. But that's another conversation in itself. My only problem with Crawford I have is the way he left the table. You don't burn bridges. You know what I mean? You just don't. That's not the way you do things. You have a job. You whatever. You put in your 2 weeks notice. I appreciate the opportunity, but I'm bailing. I'm heading out. You do things the right ways, because you never know if you ever got to come back. Crawford's 35. He's got no home. You know what I mean? He could get after if this fight even happens, where he's gonna go after this. So
the blame game, the blame game. Who is the blame? Okay, everybody putting the blame, and the more hours go by and days go by, what Crawford did was good for him, business for him. Whether it's legacy, whether it's money, he did what he feels was best for him, for his pockets, his account, taking care of his family. That's what at this point, I don't feel like there is no blame game. You know what I'm saying?
well, I mean
I feel that's not my fault. I feel that it's time for the fans to just like, that's it. No more mind fuck. We mind fuck ourselves a lot. You know what I'm saying? And because we love the sport, we want to know what's going to happen. We want to be the first one or whatever, stuff like that. Look, there's a business. That's it. It is a business, not a sport. It's not a sport. The fight that we always want never happens when we want it. They don't listen to us. It is what it is. They're never going to listen to us. That's not their business. You know what I'm saying?
I
And,
think where the fans get caught up is because of all the bullshit that gets spoken. You see, and oh, I really want the fight. The other guy saying and so yeah, the fans are gonna get caught up in what the fighters be talking shit, and so that's on the fighters playing the games with the fans. The reality is, who's to blame that this fight didn't happen? Uh, I say all three parties, because the fight is not as big as everybody thinks. It's big in boxing. It's
yeah.
big legacy wise. I absolutely it fucking is. But in the business sense, it's not. I mean, it's not. This fight is not gonna is not it's not gonna generate $100 million. It's not one of those type of fights. And
Yeah,
so
we in a roller coaster emotionally because there's not real content coming out of them. So a lot of
neither
people,
one, right?
we're creating all this, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I was in the business of getting this fight done, and wow, I'm in negotiations or just they're not building the fight throughout the whole year. It's us talking. They not even building the fight. Errol Spence ain't saying nothing about Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford ain't saying nothing about Errol Spence. These guys are doing, they're not even looking at each other, bro. To be honest, they're not promoting this fight. Two personalities or dry personalities. They think that just because it's a good matchup is going to sell. It's not going to sell. Again, I don't give a damn what anybody say. HOD. This is my guy. This is my guy for the fight. I want one time. Because I know one time will promote the shit out of anybody he fight.
He'll promote it. He'll get his ass kicked, but he'll promote the shit out of it.
You know what? Get his ass. But you know what? Get his ass kicked by Errol Spence. If he's gonna fight Errol Spence, he get his ass kicked. But let me say it like this: that's gonna be the best win in Errol Spence's career. That's gonna be the best name. The best name, the best accomplishment will be Keith Thurman. So even if he don't fight Bud Crawford, outside of Bud Crawford, the best name, because if he fights Boots and beat Boots, who is he beating? Yeah, we like Boots. I'm a big fan of Boots. But
it's not a bad. But it's not a bad. But I mean, if he fights, this way I see what would look good for him. It is to fight the up and coming young lion, because if he beats
we like hype.
No. I'm not. I don't buy into the hype of Ennis. I think he's a good fighter, but he's yet to be proven. But in the world of boxing, everybody's got this kid like, he's the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. and shit, and he hasn't done shit to prove any of his skills versus the elite fighters that Roy Jones Jr. has. So that said, I just say that fighting Boots Ennis for Spence, especially if he's going to be moving up, if he beats this young lion, he could walk with his head high going to 154. Fuck the fight about Crawford and be good. It'll look good for him. At least he took out the top gun or one of the two top guns, young guns in the division.
I'm reading the comments. Hey yo, y'all know whoever follow. I love Boots. I'm a huge lifetime fan of Thurman. I love Boots. I don't think nobody was talking about Boots the way I was talking about Boots. People are catching up to Boots in the past year or year and a half. Been talking about Boots since the Josh that I said that Josh Kelly and Boots Ennis will be one of the biggest fights in the welterweight division. So I know a lot of people was talking about Boots versus Kelly, but your boy, Mr. Moonshine. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fight, but reality is this, that Boots' resume compared to Thurman resume, you can't even compare it, bro.
No, there's no comparison. But so, in actuality, but standing today on the square, if those two guys were to fight, I think it's a 50-50. If you got Ennis and Thurman, it's a 50-50, and it might edge out to the young lion actually. Now, if you put Thurman versus Spence, I know Spence is gonna, it's gonna destroy him.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the Boots yet. I love Boots, but see, I think this is what it is. I understand.
How old is Boots though?
Boots is
25, 26.
He started his career months before Tio.
So they're about 25, 26. Come on now, man. It's ready. Let's go. It's go time. With 30 fights, it's go time.
Yeah, but I'm saying the difference of the competition he's faced. He's has just as much fight as Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, he was being fighting. You know what I'm saying? But that's my guy too. Boots is my guy. I would love to see that fight. I've been saying petition for the fight. But if I'm thinking about legacy, putting Thurman on my resume of this era, his accomplishment is just as good as his accomplishment at welterweight is more than Bud's. I'm going to make as much money at pay-per-view. It's everything from legacy and money lands with a Thurman fight. For the people that say he's washed up,
I see what you're saying. But
I think we're so excited, and it's a good. That's what stacked division means. We're so excited for.
I wouldn't be mad because I wouldn't be mad if it's. I'd rather have Thurman than what's the other guy that they're talking about? Stanionis, I think it is, right? Or
yeah, like to be honest with Stanionis, he took step aside money, so he got to be in the back of the line. If you took step aside money, that means you could have fought Errol Spence.
So that's what I'm saying.
Don't tell me you want to be in the front of the line.
I would rather have Thurman. But if it's not Thurman, it's gotta be Boots. It's gotta be one of those two guys.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
for
him to, especially if he's gonna lead the division.
Rap Star Boxing Knowledge in the building. Talk to me, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, the voice of the UK London.
What's happening, bro?
What's good,
How you
brother?
doing?
What's good, brother? I'm doing
I
good.
I just want to know that you should be proud of me, bro. Yeah.
Why? I'm always proud of you, brother. What happened?
No, you should
He
be
doesn't
proud
have
of
any
me.
dick breath today,
No,
man. He
you
washed
should be
his mouth.
proud of me because there's an old motherfucker who's a tranny in the fucking chat.
This
I don't want to
dude,
talk to the tranny.
Hey, Rapstar got no dick breath today, man.
Off of my name.
He got Uncle Fester's dick out of his mouth, bro.
Now the tranny's
He
life
got
is
Uncle
gonna change.
Fester Rick's dick out of his mouth.
Damn, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up the podcast.
I'll come back because I don't want to talk to people with a tranny.
Look at him, man. He can't even afford. He can't even afford
mess up the podcast. Y'all gonna mess up this Christian podcast episode.
Yo, man, you got this guy coming up on here with his dick breath, bro.
Look,
man,
let
come
me
on, get
just
out of
say
here,
this,
bro.
Punch. Yeah, this guy is burnt up over me. He's gonna die thinking.
Look at that.
about
Look at
me.
it, bro. He came to clout chase over here on HLD's name.
Hey,
Get
let
out
me
of
tell
here,
you
bro.
something, bro. This guy, watches all my lives, but he doesn't want to come on the chat. I know. And let me tell you something about HLD. Let me just
I don't remember the last time I even saw your dumbass on your show, bro.
Just say this, Punch.
I'm not joining you and your three followers, bro.
This guy lives on people's fucking.
Yo, man. We only talk. I only go on panels where they're valid, bro.
No, he won't let me talk.
Where they're certified, man. You gotta be a bona fide, bro. Not your channel, man. You got a bootleg channel, bro. You got a bootleg channel, bro. Go buy a microphone, man.
To all these channels.
Hey, have you afforded it better than 3G, man?
For 3 hours.
Hey, have you afforded better than 3G internet,
and the
bro?
motherfucker ain't even got his own house.
Get out of here, man.
This motherfucker lives off
Get
other houses.
here.
But yo, Punch, I came here to talk to you, not the trannies.
Yeah. But look at that. That's all he talked about is trannies. What did I tell you guys?
Let me say also what's up in the panel, Edgar Moreno.
Yeah, but let me get this off and I'm going. Let me tell you, Punch, why you should
What up, guys?
Let me tell you, Punch. I never heard it from you. But look, our brother in New York, Paulie Malignaggi, he used Rapstar's channel today.
Oh, yeah?
He went on my channel, Punch, and he goes, look at the receipt. And he fucking put Rapstar Boxing Knowledge on his part 3, and he went, look at these receipts from this guy. And he used my channel for receipt. So all I'm saying, Punch, that day has come that I believe in you. You said to me, hey, Rap, you know these boxers are watching you. I said, nah, man, fuck them. But today, you're right. Paulie Malignaggi used Rapstar's channel for receipts. I ain't gonna say no more.
He just noticed you now, bro.
Hey, Punch, I
haven't saw the video. I saw it on my, my notification.
Yeah, I gotta say no more. I only debate real people. I don't debate.
I don't even have a channel. Paul Malignaggi knows who HLD is, bro.
Yeah, I don't even
have a channel. Get out of here, bro.
Nobody. Look at the hate. Look at this hate, Punch.
I don't even got a channel, bro.
Hey, look at the hate.
Rap. What he said? What he said in that part?
Well, all he said is, look, I'm just gonna show
that he's got dick breath.
Look, he's gonna say this, yo. I know there's only one man hating and other people respect it, but a small YouTuber, the Paulie Malignaggi said, let me just show you. I'm not going to talk about it. And he put my channel up and he put my name on it via Rapstar Boxing Knowledge.
And what part did he put? It was an interview, or you go?
This is what a gay man looks like. That's what he said.
Wait. He put the video up there with Mauricio Thurman. He put that video when I was giving Mauricio against Bill Haney, and I was laughing about it. He put that video up.
Okay.
So, you must love that, Punch. You know.
Hey. He didn't get man. If you get that Kaka TV,
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Punch. I'm not supposed to say it. I've already reached out to Paulie, so you're gonna see Paulie chopping it up soon.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
There we go. So HLD, keep hating, bro. I love the hate. You know, the hate is beautiful.
Kobe in the building, yo, Edgar.
On other people's channels.
Edgar Moreno, talk to us.
He came to promote. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm always promoting.
What's up, bro? Nothing much, very much. I'm just sitting here, listening to HDL and all that stuff, and I agree with him. Like at this point, like I don't think the fight's gonna get made because they're gonna let it saturate for so long that it's not gonna be worth it promotionally wise. It's not gonna be made. They both played their cards to try to maximize profit, but it didn't work out. And at the end of the day, boxers will talk shit, promoters will talk shit. They all run their mouths. They all say, "Oh, this might happen. This might happen. This might not happen. This may happen." But it don't mean shit till you have a press conference and a contract signed.
True.
Not official until it's official.
It's almost. I'll give you an example. Like, let's say there's a report that's saying that Gervonta Tank-Davis and Ryan Garcia agreed to the framework or whatever. I in the tweet I said, look, I'm not. That's it. I ain't gonna talk about it until it's signed. I ain't gonna. Or until they hit me up and I could talk about it. And I say, hey, yo, Ryan Garcia told me this, or Gervonta Tank-Davis told me this. But I ain't gonna go, man. I don't got the energy for it, man. I don't got the energy for that.
Right, that's right.
I got the energy that fights. Like I got more energy for Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva than this. Jake Paul, you know what? Jake Paul, what 9 out of 10 times he says he's gonna fight somebody, he fights him.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I said, you know, it's like we're all breaking our heads or beating our heads against a brick wall trying to figure what's gonna happen, and at the end of the day, it don't mean shit.
It's not even. It's not that. I feel for certain media personnel because it's just like me. I would get a source will tell me, and if I tell you who my source is, I tell you like this. If I tell you who my source is, not even Steven Espinoza would be like. He would be like, okay, I understand. Put it that way. So. But in boxing, I also understand that 1 minute could be something and the other minute is like this. That's boxing. Because nothing is signed. Some of the fights are signed right before you doing or right after the glove check. When it's officially signed. You know what I'm saying? Like contracts in boxing is different, bro. Boxing is not like no other. You can't compare boxing business to nothing. And I seen it with my own eyes, bro. So a person could tell you something and they like, yo, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. We're waiting on Bud. Because that was the thing. They're waiting on Bud. And it's true. They was waiting on Bud. But
I can confirm that, at least from Espinoza, when I was on this he was talking on this on a space that I was on. And he said, you know, as far as Spence goes, his side of the deal was already done.
It's been done. That's right. The thing.
It's been done. They're not. There's nothing on his side. So when they say, "Oh, the problem does not fall on Spence. It falls between the promoter and Crawford and whatever their dealing was as far as whatever the fight was. But it always comes down to money. It has to be in. Bottom line is the fight is not as lucrative as you know some may think it is or not, and you know, but I mean, who are we to tell you know any fighter how much you want to get or not?
Like I think fighters could take a 2-for-1. Look, there's an art, like just like people just think about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the fight, but what led up to them getting the type of money that they get?
It was the CBS president. He had to come down and make it happen.
Not just that, but everybody wants to see.
No, it wasn't that.
No. What I'm saying.
No, well, I mean, part of that.
Think about this. Everybody wants to see Bud and Spence. Everybody wants to see him boxing, right? If everybody if everybody wants to see this fight, then you could capitalize on the anticipation of that fight. Bud Crawford is getting this money because he has an Errol Spence that they could build up to an Errol Spence. So they're gonna get on. If you got the opportunity to make $5 million here, $6-7 million there, because the anticipation of Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, Earl could do it too. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna take advantage. I'm just not gonna fight Earl right now, and that's it. No, that means that I could get I could get what, $8 million. Y'all gonna give me to fight Earl, probably guaranteed, right? And pay-per-view back in, right? Just let's just put out a number there, and I'm gonna get $7-8 million for David Avanesian, and I could still fight this guy in March. Man, let me fight David Avanesian. I'm gonna get Errol Spence in March and capitalize off all this money.
Well, and that's okay that he does that, but like I said, he needed to play his cards right. He blindsided his company. Well, he blindsided PBC with just all right. I just got announcing another fight. and we're like, hold on, we're in the middle of negotiations. What the fuck?
Yeah, but
That's the only problem I got with it. As far as him making this fight and making his money, no, because Espinosa had made it clear when I was in it that fight was not going to happen. This was just 2 days ago or so, or 3 days ago, or whatever it
Yeah,
was that I heard him. And he said
Punch,
that this fight was not going to happen this year.
Punch, but just to go back to your point about Floyd and Pac-Man, like they were on a different level, I guess, fan base and fight wise. That's why the boxing world waited so long. Yeah, it was a dud of a fight, but because of their status and what their resumes and all that, everything they did before, that's why the fight held its value, I guess, so to speak.
yeah,
But
but I
now,
think it just went over everybody's head what he just said, which I had predicted even before what Punch just said. Why would you just go into the Errol Spence if you can make more money? They can both make more money.
Because
building
Bud
off
is
that
getting
fight.
older. Because Bud is getting older, and that's his last cash out. That's his
But
last
no,
cash
you did
out, and
that point
that's
just went over
basically
your head. Then, if you can get 12 before you even go into an Earl fight, why wouldn't you do that?
But hold up. He's trying to just maximize whatever he can get left. Just like HLD said right now, he blindsided the other guys. So now the fight, maybe the potential fight against Spence, ain't gonna be that lucrative if it even gets made.
I don't think it gets made now, guys.
Exactly, agreed. I don't think it does either.
He burned the bridge.
Exactly.
Nasty. They're going on what, 6 months or 5 months of negotiations.
Exactly.
And you're just gonna say fuck you, and here I am at another fight on this bootleg Pornhub app and shit. I mean, come on, man. It's a set as Showtime and as Al Heyman, all these. That's a slap in the. Hold on, you did this for that?
Fuck off. Now they're gonna be like, yeah, all right, we can do it.
But I'm saying they would do the same thing though. They did it with Deontay Wilder. They would do the same thing. They did it with Deontay Wilder. They did it with Caleb Plant. Remember, Canelo Alvarez was winning to fight Caleb Plant before Callum Smith. And our PBC waited on it. No, we're not ready for that fight. We're not ready for that. So everybody look out for their business to the best interest. And look, they waited for the Caleb Plant fight. And then Caleb Plant got the most money out of
But it was
Smith
spoken.
and Billy Joe Saunders.
But it was spoken. I mean, that's respect, bro. I'm sorry. There's a level of respect here too. I mean, really? And then and to be honest with you, if that number that they're floating out there of 10 million, this fight ain't gonna happen, bro. This ain't gonna happen. If that's legit, that ain't happening.
I think it's boxing shit. People disrespect each other. Look at Teal. Teal disrespects Bob Arum for a whole half a year. And guess what Bob Arum did? Give him an extension.
You right about that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Someone pointed out
because Theo's still young and he can still, if that bridge still exists, then they can still make money together.
No, but
what happened to Boo Boo though? What happened to Boo Boo?
Bud is 35. He's done. He's looking at his last couple years.
See, but now we're putting years on guys. Everybody's different. We didn't know that Manny Pacquiao was going to last this long. We didn't know that Nonito Donet he still haven't retired. He's still looking for a win of Chocolatito and Estrada. So we can't. Look, I thought you, and it happened this year. I thought that Amir Khan and Kell Brook was done. I even said that this fight is expired milk. Who the hell wants to see this fight? That fight sold out in 6 hours. People, regardless whether we believe it or not, it's
in the UK, not here.
But they're gonna want to see Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. If they still undefeated, they're gonna see that fight. It don't matter if it's 154 at 147. People are going to want to see that fight.
But as far as Crawford goes, not for 10 million. As for Crawford, but here this is the only problem I had with Crawford was the decorum, the way he bailed out of negotiations. But it's a power move because if Errol Spence ends up then going up to 154 and vacating these belts, it opens up a whole fucking lane for Crawford then, right?
Agreed.
Those belts are gonna be scattered. And so he could make independent deal fights with every fucking network that he wants to get these belts. So it opens it up for him.
But you know what I'm telling you? But PBC is more frustrated. I'm gonna tell you like this. PBC is more frustrated with Errol Spence now wanting to fight Keith Thurman than the Bud Crawford fight falling apart. PBC, the networks are more frustrated with Errol Spence telling them that I would drop the belts if it's not Bud. I'm moving to 154. because they know that the money that they invested was on Thurman and Spence. They're more frustrated with Errol not wanting to fight Thurman.
Right, because
Whether
the
people
money
like it or whether people like it or not, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, because if they fight each other, the money stays in house.
Exactly, and it's just as much money as the Bud fight.
I don't know about that, but yeah, okay,
It's about
maybe.
the same.
It's about the same. It's just as much money.
You, I think hardcores just really overestimate way too much. They just try to put everything in a basket. Look, if you're gonna buy the fight in a year, if they fight in a year, what do you? All this madness, you're still gonna watch it.
You still gonna watch? You know why you're gonna watch these guys? Because it's the lead up to it. It's like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. We was for how many years?
Exactly.
But we're still gonna watch Mayweather fight. We're still gonna watch Manny Pacquiao fight. And then when the fight happens, everybody still want to see it. Look right now. When did Deontay Wilder pulled from the AJ fight? 15, 16, 17? When was it? If they fight right now, will everybody watch it? Will it be one of the biggest fights in boxing, or probably the most lucrative fight in boxing?
It would be because the landscape looks good. They're both coming off losses, all this shit. So it's kind of like even Steven. But if it was just Wilder losing and no AJ losing, it would have been But now that they're both
that's
like
what
even,
I just said.
Now that they're even,
overestimate. Hardcores always overestimate. They always leave out the casual. Who buys these fights? Who puts it over the top? It's casual fans.
Oh, the casuals are the ones who line
they
up
put the fights over the top. So
Absolutely.
Wilder, Joshua was always gonna sell. It'll sell a year from now. It don't matter.
It's going. Put Wilder and AJ is going to sell. It's going to sell probably even more than before. Maybe.
Why you think Eddie Hearn reserve didn't want him have him fight Fury? He knows what he's doing, man. Because if AJ gets knocked out by Fury, I mean it's over, man.
That's what I mean.
The party's over.
So they all do it. You know what I'm saying? They all do it.
So I think it was a smart move by Eddie Hearn, but he shouldn't have played the game that he was trying to make a fight with Fury, because we know that if Fury knocks him out and makes him look silly, bro, which I know he will, it's over. The party's over. But they could still make, they could still ride this train, the comeback and blah blah blah.
No, but the hardcore will say no, we shouldn't support it. Let's not watch it.
Now
they lost.
Now people want to see. I'm a Boots fan. But Boots has his own card yet, bro. He has yet have his own card. It's the thing is we're hardcore, so we're like, no, Boots and Earl's the play. He hasn't even had his own main event yet.
Right. I see what you're saying. I mean, Fundura already had his main.
Exactly.
Fundura had it, even though it's in front of 1,500 people, but it was his main.
Erickson Lubin had his main. Patrick Teixeira had his main event. Boots have yet not even did Antoine Gary Russell he hasn't had one, right?
No.
No. Or the fight with,
the one with Postal wasn't he? Was Postal. He the main?
Was he the main?
I don't think he was. I forgot it, but I don't think he was the main.
Yeah, so it's like his hype it's like putting Jaron Anderson in with.
Put him in with Wilder. I'm ready for that. I'm ready to see Anderson knock him out, bro.
I'm saying, I think you gotta give at least Boots Ennis a
he does that.
Really see.
Well, he just changed his date. At first, he said he had a date locked in, and then I just seen he said, "Oh, date changed."
Would be a good fight for Boots to be on the main though, because he's been fighting all these las, man.
Now,
would it be Stanionis?
He don't. His petition. The beauty about the
good call. That would be a good fight.
Or Mean Machine.
Rashidi.
Would it be
no, I like the Stanionis, bro. Boots against Stanionis. I think that would be a decent fight.
I mean, he could petition. It doesn't even have to be the IBF. He could petition right now, because remember, Keith Thurman just won an eliminator, not a final eliminator. So he could petition to fight Keith Thurman for the final elimination battle.
I like that too. That would be smart. But Thurman ain't gonna take that punch, and you know that. Thurman ain't gonna fight.
But forget it. Let him not take it, but order the fight. And then if Errol Spence don't take it, then Keith Thurman is out the rankings. Simple.
But I like that.
Yeah. We don't have to care anymore. That this is so stacked.
That would have to be the move for him, because like if Stanionis loses, then what's it gonna like? It's not gonna it's not gonna look too good for him. I mean, like they're gonna be like, oh, you just beat up another guy that just got washed.
How
So-
many fights has Virgil had on? How many mains have you had? 2? Has he had 2 mains already, or 3?
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3.
Virgil is the certified.
Right. He's you know what I mean. So yeah, I can see what you're saying. And business wise, yeah, I mean you know, but then again, has Stanionis had a main?
No, but it's because nobody knows him. Like, you know, like,
but nobody knows Boots Ennis either, though, man. I mean, only us hardcores.
But a couple more people know Boots than Stanionis.
So, good looking out to Bayless. Yeah, I like that fight too. But that's why I say, whether people like it or not, Keith Thurman will be the best name on that resume if
you're right.
Beat him, and will be the most money. Like,
you're right.
It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. It just make the most business sense. And the legacy sense.
Who would hate on that? Why you gotta? Who would hate that?
Because we love the hype of the new guy rising. Just like when Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao, we was calling for Keith Thurman to fight on Floyd Mayweather. But in all reality, Floyd Mayweather didn't have to fight Keith Thurman. He really don't. If business wise, Keith Thurman, what he would have gained.
Business wise, the Thurman fight makes sense. But as far as me as with the competition part of it, no, I rather competition wise, I'd rather have Boots, regardless of having him having a main card in the past or not. I would like to see that as far as competition.
Why not all of them? I mean, he could fight Me Machine, fight Thurman, because that's not
Spence is not staying at 147. He's leaving here soon.
Spence is gonna move up.
Look, I won't be surprised if we don't see Stanionis and Ugas. I won't be surprised if we don't see Boots and Ugas, because maybe that could be the next fight as well.
Well, that's what they were showing the last fight. They were both at the last fight. It was the Showtime before Fedor, I believe. They did they do the split screens.
Boots and Ugas would be a nice fight. I think that would be a really nice fight.
You seen that? Somebody's seen it.
I saw that. I know what you're talking about.
And then you could the storyline is we thought that really Ugas really beat Porter. He retired Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, he lost to Errol Spence, but Boots will be this is his toughest task. Ugas, you know how they're gonna write it.
Well, but Ugas I think Ugas versus Boots would be a great main card for the young lion. I think that would be the perfect main card fight for the young lion.
And do it in Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
Yeah. At the Barclays.
I mean, we give these guys shit, but they know how to move these guys. Like, they're gonna put the best matchup for themselves, and we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna complain, but you can't act like they don't know what they're doing.
Of course.
They hire experienced people. So
look,
we may not like it,
as long as none of those guys are sparring partners, like we just saw, bro, I'm good to go.
But don't hate that if we get the big fight though. Like I'm okay with them taking sparring partners if they go into a big fight. That's always been boxing 1-on-1.
Bro, but how many guys take sparring partners after sparring partners after sparring partners after sparring partners?
It don't matter. As long as they get a big fight, it don't.
Yeah, it does. It does to at one point.
I don't watch it, and you'll buy the fight.
Like I don't watch those fights because I know
these guys have been doing this for 20+ years. I mean, we see the
matter, bro. Look at the numbers while they're ahead. You think the only reason I watched is because I was on another panel which they had, the members in. We kind of tuned in.
Yeah, but you're talking about it.
But nobody watched that sparring fight last week, bro. The only reason I really tuned into it is because I wanted to see
I know you know
boxing, bro.
But you're sitting here talking about it. That's what matters. These guys' names were
but I didn't pay for it, bro. So no, it does matter. I wasn't paying for that.
But if you didn't care, you wouldn't be talking about it.
One thing's talking about it is because I saw the Junkyard Dog get knocked out, man. That's the only reason I wanted to.
If you remember wrestling, they always had those shitty Saturday cards to pump up a pay-per-view. That's just how they roll.
That's why I didn't tune in, because last week was that fight was the WWE's special fake knockout. So I wasn't gonna watch that.
Yeah, man, I'm with him. I'm like, you can't like it. Again, I get what you're saying. These guys have been doing it for so long because they gotta line up their cards to make the most money. But it comes to a point where that fucking well is gonna dry up because fans like either like HLD or like someone they're gonna get bored of y'all is another one.
Hey, I'll put Boots versus Ugas on the undercard. Put Rolly Romero versus Maurice Hooker.
Or Pitbull, like they were kind of floating out there.
That's a good fight.
They will probably. they'll probably put that on the main now that Pitbull. But I could put that on a Colt. I could put that on a Colt.
Well, if it's I mean, but there's ways to make this fight that would be a good opening main card for the young man, because he needs it, bro. Because as far as I'm concerned with Boots, he's looking like Munguia, man. He's about to try to break Mayweather's record without fighting anybody.
See, and the reason the reason why he's not getting the main event is because Boots is fighting fights, but it's not for no belts, no for tricking belts. So these networks can't put him on the main. That's why what was the fight that he was James, that fight, Boots Ennis should have been the main, but they was fighting for a title.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? So now is the best opportunity for IBF to actually, and I know a lot of people ain't going to like this because it's adding a belt, is to fight for the IBF interim, because if Errol the True Spence is saying that he's going to leave the 154, if you don't fight Boots, then Boots should fight for the interim title. Next.
So you could get a welfare belt, man? No, man, I don't want this kid to get a welfare belt.
Because if Errol Spence moves up, he's going to drop the belts.
And Punch, that's why we
but then he's going to get a welfare belt, man. We don't want this kid to get no welfare belt.
You were just saying.
That's how money works. That's the business of boxing.
And that's why
I don't call him a champion like everybody else.
Punch. That's why we need, like ESPN. I remember Vernon Forrest. He couldn't get a fight for shit, but he kept headlining. Until he got that fight. That's what Boots could be doing, but there's really no smaller platforms to do that with.
Punch, but there's no need for the interim. Look what didn't it right now? IBF, that's what they got. They got the number 1 guy, number 2 guy fighting for the vacant belt. That's what they need.
They don't got no number 2. The number 2 is vacant.
No, but right now, Josh Taylor, which fight? No, which fight is it that's out there that's number 1 and 2 that Josh Taylor belt dropped, and they're having number 1 fighting number 2?
No, I'm saying in the welterweight division there is no number 2, and the IBF is number 1. The number 2 is vacant, and number 3. They don't. How
the hell is a number 2 vacant? Number 3 goes up to 2.
The IBF be doing that shit.
That's Darrell people bullshit, then, man. Fuck that belt, then, bro. If they playing games with that shit.
But the thing is, the IBF usually never have the interim. They really never used to have.
No, well, that's not. We don't need no interims, bro.
That's
have number 1 fight number 3 for the vacant belt.
What I'm saying is, in the end of the day, it's still look. That's why I'm saying I'm also for the fighter, because that interim is going to put him on the main event and it's going to give him the money. He needs a main event before.
I don't know the rules with IBF, but I know with the WBC, any WBC fighter fighting for an interim belt is waiting for a welfare belt down the line when it gets vacant so they could give them a belt, because interim champions cannot be deemed mandatory through WBC. Now, I don't know how the other rules are with IBF and WBO and WBA, but if it's a similar same type of rules, man, interim belts are trash.
So okay, all right. So let's say who's the next one? Who's the next one up in the IBF?
That'll be number 3. Whoever number 3 is.
Because for me, if he beats Ugas for that interim, for me that's legit.
But how can it be?
Because let's say if Errol Spence, all right, let's say they don't fight for.
I mean, look, Spence.
Hold on. Let's say if Errol Spence beats Bud, he gets the belts, he drops the belts. Boots Ennis will have to fight for a vacant title, right? But then versus who?
It depends on what commission he wants to go for.
Not okay, but we're just talking the IBF, right? Let's just stay on the IBF because he's ranking in all belt federations, right? But he's making his petition. His petition is in the IBF, right? His petition is through the IBF. So Boots Ennis, we know, is worrying about the IBF right now. Even though that his petition is the IBF. So let's say Errol Spence dropped the belts and then they fighting for a vacant title, and then the IBF picks whoever they want. Let's go by it, because if it's a vacant title versus just anybody and he wins the vacant title, I'd rather him win the interim versus Ugas than win a vacant title versus a guy like Santiago. You understand what I'm saying? He would get more props. He would be more looked upon like a champion fighting Ugas and winning the interim, because the belt is going to be dropped anyway. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Still, a paper champion is a paper champion is a paper champion.
No, but
I want my belts all earned in the ring.
Explain how he's going to headline. That he's just explaining.
That's just for headlining, but then to become a champion, you're going to be a paper champion.
It doesn't matter.
There's a lot of people that don't even respect you winning a vacant title.
Nah, man. Every hardcore respects earning a belt in the ring over any paper champion.
It depends who you're winning it over with. You know that. Look. Who did Shakur Stevenson beat for his featherweight championship belt? His first vacant title.
Oh, exactly. at 126.
Exactly.
But he still earned it in the ring. I don't care who he fought. He earned it in the ring.
But he'll win the interim. He'll earn it with a Ugas. That's earning it if he's gonna drop the belts. I'd rather him win an interim versus Ugas than fight for a vacant versus just anybody that they pick.
No, it'll be not. Number 3 should be number 2, whoever it is in the IBF, and that's that. They're playing games. That's them because they don't want to reserve that slap for the chest plays that they're doing. That's bullshit on IBF.
But that's what I'm saying. They could pick anybody. So would you respect Boots Ennis if they put anybody on that second slot? They could pick anybody from the top 10 and they put them on that second slot, and it could be we could prove it right here. Watch.
But still, Punch, regardless, fighting the top 2 guys in the division of that sanctioning body is better than getting a welfare belt. I don't care how you put it.
Okay. Put it this one. They put all right. Errol Spence beats Bud. Let's just lay it out, right? Boots is gonna fight for the interim, for example, right? But he'll fight Ugas there. But Ugas is not man. He's not ranked. But you know what PBC will do? They just rank them.
But as soon as that happens, the rankings are gonna get redistributed. Like all of a sudden, like a 3 or a 4 is gonna be a 2.
Depending, because let's say if Virgil right now, put it this way, if Virgil right now decides that his next fight he's gonna fight for the WBO, then the IBF is not gonna grant him that second slot because you're fighting for another belt federation.
Yeah.
That's how they look at it like, all right, man, you're not fighting for us. We're not getting no fees for you. So I'm not gonna look out for you. I'm not gonna give you the second slot. You fought for the WBO or the WBC or the WBA. We're only gonna give you this slot if you fight for us. If Keith Thurman fights for another WBC, they're not gonna move Keith Thurman. If Conor Ben, he's not gonna be fighting, he was not gonna be fighting, they're not gonna move up. So you got these names named Karen Chikakakana. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Ivan Gulub. David Avanesian going to be fighting Bud. Shakram Kijovuf. You know what I'm saying? Then Jaron Boots Ennis will fight one of these guys. That's what I'm saying.
If he fights
one of these guys for the vacant. So I'd rather
number 1. He fights number 3 then. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it.
The number 3 is Virgil Ortiz. If Virgil Ortiz, he's going to be fighting probably this in December as well. If Virgil Ortiz fights for the WBO and he doesn't fight for the WBA ranking, they're not going to move him in that second slot.
Okay, so then he gets bumped off and everybody moves up the list.
But I would rather have I'd rather have Boots fighting for the interim and fighting on Ugas. And if he drops the belt, I would still consider him a real champion because he beat a Ugas rather than fight for a vacant title and beat Shiram Guzov or Karen Shikakakananas.
Exactly.
But he could still fight. He could still fight Ugas, and who cares about no interim? He could still fight him. He could still fight him. Get the respect of the resume that Ugas has got. And still be a top dog with that. We don't need this interim.
But I would equally when from that interim, once this guy moves to 154, they elevate him as champion. I would still respect that he gained that belt by beating Ugas, then fighting a vacant belt, and he become a champion. But he fought this guy.
But it's better fighting this guy than getting a free belt.
But is the same way that when is the same,
and we get another fight.
Is the same way as Devin Haney becoming champion, beating Saul Abdullah. Nobody respected it because it was.
I don't respect it. You saw how Haney got his belt, and there was 2 people in the platform clapping on some podium. Get out of here. That's not how belts are earned, bro. Belts are earned in the ring.
Yeah, but that's what but you just justify my thing. You didn't respect Devin Haney for being Saul Abdullah and moving up and becoming a champion.
I respect him beating him. I don't respect him becoming a champion by a paper belt, like McDonald belt. Fight anybody and earn it in the ring. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
So you're telling me that you wouldn't respect Devin Haney? Let's say if it was Saud, but it was Shakur Stevenson moving up, fighting for that vacant title. You wouldn't be happy for sure. You wouldn't give him props by beating Shakur Stevenson.
You give him respect for the fight and what it is, but not for entering the belt by hand. It doesn't matter to me.
See,
It
for
doesn't
me, I'll
matter.
be like, yo, you beat Shakur Stevenson, you got elevated when it was vacant. I'm cool with
There's
that.
no need for it. That's why we're trying to eliminate all these McDonald belts.
For me, it's not a McDonald belt if it moves up to being a world champion by beating a Ugas. If Errol Spence moves up, if Errol Spence is the same shit, I'd rather.
So he's number one right now, right? Boots Ennis is number one. So if he vacates the belt, what's gonna? Okay, there's no interim belt. So then,
so let's say there's no interim belt. He vacates the belt. Boots Ennis is gonna be fighting whoever they pick. Then he beats whoever, and then he become a champion. But just like a bunch of vacant title winner, it depends who you beat for that vacant belt. You're not gonna respect them either.
Yeah, but Punch, it's not the vacant belt I got a problem with. It's not getting in position I got a problem with. I got a problem with the motherfucking fighters going on like they're world champions. Yeah? I got a problem with David Benavidez acting like he's a two-time world champion with his interim belts now as well. I got a problem with Devin Haney acting like he was the world champion and it was so serious what he had. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with a mediocre Punch, not the fucking positioning.
But what I'm saying, who did they beat for it?
But it's regardless, even if they got the interim belt and they beat someone, it's a problem that the fighters today are using that as a world champion.
When they're really not.
All right, so then okay, so let's say that. So let's say again, but Errol Spence beats Bud. He moves up, vacates the title, and then his Boots versus the names that I just said. And he beats him, and he's a champion, but we still gonna be like, who did he beat? Because we do it even Bud Crawford has been 140-pound undisputed. We don't give them credit. Let's not play the funk. I'd rather give him credit for being Ugas. He moved up and he's elevated as champion, but he beat Ugas for that interim. We don't respect the interim of David Benavidez. It's because he beat Lemieux. Who's Lemieux? He's already a shot fighter. But if David Benavidez would have fought for the interim and be a guy like Demetrius Andre, he would get respect.
He get respect, but he's not a world champion.
He's not going to get respect.
He's not going to be respected like a world champion level.
For me, he will because
he'll be respected as being in contention.
No. He will be if you're interim. Canelo Alvarez leaves, right? Canelo Alvarez leaves. He's going to be elevated as the champion. Right. And then we'll be arguing. Oh, he only became a champion because he beat Lemieux. But then if it was another fighter, it would be like, oh no, he beat this guy to be the champion, and that's the respect level.
But I still got a problem with it. I got a problem with it. They need to fight for it in the ring. They got to fight for it in the ring.
Yeah, you have to fight for it in the ring, man.
You know what? Look, is Tank Davis and Garcia gonna fight for a belt? You're still gonna buy it.
But we're not even talking about buying right now. We're talking about
Globetrotters, bro. We're talking about the guys who are playing in the NBA.
No, we're talking about belts, not champions. We're talking about belts.
We're talking about champions.
No, a champion is somebody who's either unified or the number one ring. No.
Tank Davis is a globetrotter, man. We can't even compare him. He's not a legacy fighter.
No, we're talking about the belts, not champions.
What about belts have champions? Like champions have belts.
He will be champion if he fight. Yes, if he fights for a vacant, he earns to be a world champion on the belt. But who is he beating? We always gonna go back. We can't fake the fun because we discredit motherfuckers' resume. You discredit Rapstar. You discredit Earl Bud Crawford undisputed. The channels be like, who's the weakest undisputed? You discredit it. So there's
no discredit. It's talking facts.
But I know
Bud Crawford doesn't have the best undisputed resume.
So let's just leave it that he's an undisputed. Why dispute?
Why
diminish it? Why diminish it? Why diminish it? Why we diminish it?
But we gotta recognize, Punch, what conversations we're having. If we're gonna go into who did what, then those conversations will be brought up.
But the one thing I can say, he earned them in the ring. Yeah. Now we want to talk about resume. That's different conversation. It's compartmentalized. Okay, who's a better undisputed? Obviously Josh Taylor's undisputed dwarfs Crawford's undisputed at 140. We know that, but still, they're earned in the ring. It's not that it's disrespected. It's more that we just comparing it to this guy. Well, yeah, this guy's undisputed is better than this guy. Crawford's undisputed probably at 140. It's got to be better than Haney's at 135. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that they're not earned in the ring. It's more of just comparing it which one had a tougher run in it.
But that's not true though. It just depends on who you ask. There's no true in any of that. You can't point to what's true and what's not true. So it's just opinion based.
Not as opinion based when you look at the resume.
But that's all opinion because you're gonna point out, well, he was old, he was shot. So
that does play a role. Like guys that get gifted belts and then automatically have one fight to collect all the other ones.
I would like the man to argue that Crawford's 140 undisputed is better than Josh Taylor's. I like to hear that.
Okay. Let me ask you. Let me ask you. So let me ask you.
No. Answer the question because you want to answer with a.
I didn't even know what's the question. What's the question?
The question is argue how Crawford's undisputed 140 is better run than Josh Taylor's undisputed at 140.
Not even a conversation.
It's not.
Yeah, but we have the conversation. Why not? Let's not have the conversation. Let's not have the conversation and let's just because we're having a conversation because we wanted to devalue Bud Crawford because of the opponents. See, in the end of the day, it's all about the opponents. Yeah, Josh Taylor has a better undisputed run, but the question is because of the opponents. See, you would discredit it because the opponent. I would discredit Boots Ennis if he has the chance to fight for an interim with Ugas. That would be a better win. He would be more respected with that interim than just getting a world title fighting Kukuka like Kakaka.
The problem here is
that's my point.
The problem here is though, Punch, you can't.
Would you want Boots Ennis to fight?
Your eyes don't lie to you.
Would you fight?
Your eyes can't lie to you.
Would you respect Boots Ennis more if he fights for Kakula Kakaka for the world title or fight Virgil Ortiz for the interim WBO?
No, it depends.
But you can still have both done. You can still have both.
It depends how Kakaka can win the world title and how he's at the fight.
I just answer the question.
If he's a legitimate world champion, then you gotta go by that.
Okay, all right.
That he's going up there to be a champion.
So you would respect him fighting more Kakula Kakaka.
It's not our fault that it's not. Listen, it's not our fault.
He earned it in the ring.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Punch. When you started talking about Tanaka and Ioka, a lot of people didn't know about Tanaka and Ioka, but Tanaka Ioka were world champions. Ioka has to be recognized as a real world champion. So if next man goes and beats him, it doesn't matter if the American or the British guy is known more. If you beat that guy, you are known. You are the world champion. You have to put it in place.
Thank you. So that means that that question that you just gave me about the undisputed of Josh Taylor and Bud Crawford is irrelevant. You should. That's why I said should have never been a question.
No, because
we're still going to go by the opponents.
Different conversation.
So for now on, do not discredit. No, if they are champions, they champions. They undisputed. They undisputed. I don't want to have no conversation about. Josh Taylor.
But punch.
And Usyk had better opponents. No. They champions.
If Boots earns his belt in the ring fighting whoever, Ronald McDonald, and he gets the belt. All right, he earned it in the ring. Now there's 3 other belts out there. You want to prove who's the best champion? Go make that happen, bro. That's simple as that. Those questions are answered by then unifying against the other champions and the other sanctioning bodies, and then we're gonna see, okay, who is the real baddest champion? But at least they're all earned in the ring.
I know, but I'm saying even when guys are champions and got a belt, we always go look back the opponents that they beat. Do you respect? Let's be real, guys. Do you respect Devin Haney beating George Kambosos for all the straps more than if he beats Lomachenko with no strap?
No.
I would say this: the young man earned it in the ring.
I'm saying respect. Would you respect?
I respect that he earned it in the ring. I respect that he earned it. When he beat Kambosos the first time, that's the first time I considered him a champion because he wasn't a champion before that. That's my book. He was a paper champion of welfare status. That's what he was. But when he beat Kambosos, he became a champion. And he earned it in the ring. So for that, I have to give him his respect. Now, we want to compartmentalize the part about undisputed and all that. That's a separate conversation in itself. But Devin Haney became a champion the moment he defeated Kambosos. That's the first time he was, to me, a real world champion.
No, I feel you, and that's why I say Devin Haney should move up. He got an approval, Lomachenko.
You don't have to.
That's it. Yeah, he
doesn't
No, it's not. But that has nothing to do about proving. He earned it. See, I don't know. We to me, there's a difference of earning it than be given it. And there's a difference.
I'm saying the belts mean something. What I'm saying is the respect. We always gonna go back, even when somebody has the belts. We're still there's people that will still disrespect what they earned, just like Bud Crawford. People will still question his undisputed run because the opponents that he fought.
You could question how good he is,
and we shouldn't question it.
But you could question how good he is. You doesn't mean he didn't earn it in the ring.
But what I'm saying,
I could question how good are you.
It should. He won it in the ring. He beat champions. That shouldn't have been a question. It's because we do it to devalue, right? Because
I don't do it to devalue. So, it has nothing to do with devalue. The young man earned his belt in the ring.
Edgar, would you respect Edgar? Would you respect, and then Frank, and then Rapstar? Edgar, will you respect Devin Haney more by being Josh Cambosa for the undisputed or beating Lomachenko?
Me personally, Loma, because of the resume.
What about you, Frank?
Obviously, Loma. There's no argument.
What about you, Rapstar?
Now I can't be a hypocrite. I have to say that I respected Devin Haney getting Australia beating Cambosis. I have to. Okay. I can't deny that because before that I had big question marks on Devin Haney's head, and I even said that even whatever Cambosis turned up, and Teofimo Lopez's problem, I gotta give Devin Haney his respect.
That's a pacifier respect. All the Usyk, Taylor, Fury, all these guys travel the world to get their belts.
I asked you one question. Edgar and Frank answered it like that. That's it. The Cambosa win is you respect Devin Haney more for the Cambosa win than him fighting Lomachenko and beating Lomachenko without the belts. So you respect that win more. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying more. I'm saying there's different levels of respect now because I recognize Lomachenko.
That's the question. As respect more. Respect more is the question.
This is what I'm going to say with Lomachenko. It's different because Lomachenko is a very special fighter and he's looking really good. So if you beat Lomachenko, I will respect Devin Haney that slightly as a now he's certified himself.
And the only reason
now he's put himself in the pound for pound because he's beaten a really, really good fighter that we could say now.
But I beat the guy that beat different the guy.
Types of respect.
I beat the guy that beat the guy. I'm undisputed. And you questioning me if I'm a pound for pound?
Yeah.
The pound for pound is fantasy talk.
I gotta beat Loma that got beaten by Tio and Cambosa beaten by Tio, and now I gotta beat Loma.
Punch,
you picked a very
good qualified as pound for pound.
The only reason Devin Haney
then he should fight Loma to get the respect.
The only reason Devin Haney had the two opportunities to become champion were because of Loma. The two times that Devin Haney has had opportunity to become a champion is because of Loma. Because Loma got elevated a franchise. The kid got a welfare belt. He became a so-called champion. And because Loma decided to fight for his country, he had then given the opportunity for Haney to fight to become a real champion. So both times do belong to Loma. And so, the man earned his respect to go in and then, solidify. This is to solidify the undisputedness. I'll
be damned if I go and win an undisputed. And beat the guy that beat the guy, and somebody comes in my face that I need to beat this guy to be solidified, and I got it all.
Yeah, because
why ain't they respecting him?
I'll be like, no, you gotta beat me to be solidified in this division. Lomachenko gotta beat Devin Haney to be solidified. You gotta beat me.
They both do
that for you.
If Lomachenko gets sparked, then it proves that Lomachenko wasn't all that. Then does it?
No. I'm moving on.
If he walks into the lion's den of Teofimo Lopez fight next, I'm okay with that too.
I may be a little slow here. I'm getting a little lost. It seems like this is a circular argument. I think you need to really outline it because it's like we're talking about beating the champions, not really need to beat a name. So what's the logical conclusion? Because what I'm seeing is if Usyk, he shouldn't fight Wilder then, because until Wilder gets a belt.
What I'm saying is because it started with the boots, right? So what I'm saying is the way that it's structured right now in the IBF.
Yes, let's outline it. Please.
I'm saying we want to see. There's people out there that rather see Boots versus Earl, but let's be honest. Let's think as a fan, but let's understand the business. Boots has not even fought a main event. I would rather have Boots fighting for an interim, just in case if Spence moves up. I would rather have Boots fight Ugas for the interim, just in case if he moves up, because if he moves up, that will be the champion. Because I rather see it will be it will be equally if that was a vacant title. I would respect Boots beating Ugas to become a world champion. In the end of the day, it still falls in line. I would look at that title. I would look at that interim title like a vacant title. He's not gonna get Errol Spence if he moves up. So I would look at Ugas versus Boots, and I will feel like, yeah, that's like a vacant title that they fought for. He got elevated, but that's the best option than fighting on Coca-Cola.
He can fight both of them, though. He can still fight both of them.
What y'all saying is, no, don't fight.
Nah. He can fight both of them and call it a day. It's all earned in the ring.
The only way, the only way that they will pay for Ugas to be ranking the IBF again, if it's for a world title. They're not gonna just put and pay just so he could fight for fight. The same thing they did with Sean Porter. Sean Porter was not ranking the WBO. So you know what? Let's pay for Sean Porter to get back into the WBO to get the Bud Crawford fight and line him up for the Bud Crawford so he could be mandated. You just ain't gonna pay for Ugas to fight to fight Boots for free. It's a business. So that interim brings you $200,000 to $300,000 more to your purse. And at the end of the day, I would respect Boots beating Ugas than fighting for a vacant title and beating one of these guys that we don't know and it's not proven at all. Then people are gonna be like, yo, he became a champion by beating this guy. He will not be respected. And that's what, and hold on, and that's what it comes. That's what we've been talking about. If you beat, it's who you beat that you get the respect.
Then let the young lion go fight directly to Spence, bro. Then get the young lion to fight the guy, man. That's it. Go fight Spence.
I'm saying, but what about if Spence waits for Bud for February or March?
He's outlining a logical conclusion so that if this is true, then we have to hold this for everybody else.
Yeah, because
I got no grapes with like the up and comers. You know, that's why it goes back to what I said. Like you gotta, as a fighter, you like these guys, like just for argument's sake, right now, Spence and Bud, whatever the disagreement or whatever over the money, the split. It becomes a problem because like maybe they were catered a little too much. They were protecting that O, and now they think they're worth $100 million each. They're not. So I got no problem, and it goes back to what I say. The young lions or the up and comer guys be like, listen, bro, you hungry? You trying to state your claim? Then you got to take on all comers and take them all out, and then you can sit there at the top of the mountain and be like, I'm worth this much money.
Yeah, but in the meantime, they still got to make moves, and that's all we were talking about. So Jaron Ennis has to do what's best for him, and that's go for an interim against Ugas.
Or he could just be like, listen, line them up. I'll fight all of them up.
But that's not going to happen.
And you know why I say rather fight a challenge like Ugas, because we'll be talking like we're talking now about that Devin Haney needs to solidify himself to fight Loma. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to fight a guy that you respect, to give this guy respect, no matter if he wins a title, vacant title. If that guy that you win, you got to put respect on whatever the people that you're fighting.
Yeah, because imagine if he doesn't fight Ugas and takes, will we say Uka Kaka? He's going to have to be answering that. He's going to have to answer that more than he would have been having the interim and taking on Ugas. Like, we're all going to question that. So you can say, oh, yeah, he should just go get the title. But you're going to question it a year from now. So where are you going to go? Like,
exactly. So let's say we know that there's certain mandatories that, come on. It's like, all right, Carlos Ocampo, the mandatory to Errol Spence. Oh, come on, man. Come on. But then Kell Brook, Errol Spence, the mandatory to Kell Brook, right? And they already had Errol Spence as top 10 overall welterweight. So that mandatory is way more significant. You know, we know when the mandatory is an official mandatory. Like this, like Boots Ennis, we know he's official. Virgil Ortiz, We know he's official. This ain't a guy that's just coming from 17 rank and one fight and they put him up to the second rank to get in precision, like they did to Saul, like they did to Devin and stuff like that. Nah. That's why Loma could be like, could brush off Devin and be like, nah, I'm fighting the winner of Richard Comey and stuff like that. Because just 2 fights ago, you was ranked number 17. Like, we know who's moved. We know who's the real deal. We know when they get a mandatory position, who's the real deal.
True. Like, look what Walter's gonna do. He's gonna go get the intern with Ruiz, right? So he kind of puts himself in a winning position for whoever comes out of Usyk and Fury. He can just sit there, but it's like, why not go put myself where they both can't go? Exactly.
Let's say Dillian White versus Povetkin for the interim. That's official. And if the Tyson Fury would have vacated his belt and they elevated Dillian White because he beat Povetkin, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't say he's less than a champion. He beat Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Dillian White would have beaten some guy that we don't know nothing, ain't proved nothing, ain't beat nobody, no nothing, they'll be like, nah, he still got to do something. But if he's out, what do I expect? It's like Mikey Garcia when he's out. What do you expect? You got Lomachenko fighting a respectable Luke Campbell for the title. And that's why we respected Lomachenko as a WBC world title in the lightweight division. Not only because what he did in the other division, because he fought a great challenge that was both in position, that was highly respected to Olympians. Who you beat does matter.
And that's facts. It always is who you fought. It always goes down to who you fought. And even if you lose, Punch, he fought all the greatest guys out of that era. You get respect for that.
Yeah. The best win, what he fought for a vacant title. Who he fought the first time? Gary Russell. Was Gary highly respectable? Hell yeah.
He was 25-0 at the time.
That was highly respectable. But if I'd rather Boots. I think people, let me speak for myself. I would respect Boots more. I already respect him a whole lot. I respect him more if he beat Ugas for an interim than fighting for a vacant title and beating some dude that we can even pronounce his name.
There you go. I mean, what's he supposed to do?
Right? If Earl's gonna move up, what else he's supposed
like
to
really tell? I would like the people who are arguing against it to tell us what he's supposed to do then.
No, you know what
he ain't winning. He ain't winning. He ain't winning. He gotta win the vacant. He gotta win it in the ring. Man, here that interim is winning it already. If he's going, if Earl gonna move up.
But the problem is winning in hardcore eyes and winning on paper is two different things. Winning on paper, you still got to go and fight the man for your legacy in the ring for the one who's a champion, though.
There is no
man. Well, what about
Demetrius
Andre? Now, is it true that Demetrius Andre's world title fights were vacant belts?
Vacant belts. Yeah.
Both were vacant belts.
Yeah, and why he doesn't?
It wasn't against a champion who'd been fought and he's been holding his belts and he's been fighting mandatories. He's a proven champion, and you went and beat that guy at that weight class.
Hold on. Good looking out, Benito. Good looking out with a super chat, my brother. And yeah, what do they say about Demetrius Andre? Thank you, and thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for bringing it up. You just made my point right there.
There you go.
Thank you, Rapstar.
Thank you.
Isn't John Ryder? That's how we get a fight, right? John Ryder and Parker. Now they're gonna fight for this interim.
Yeah,
I think they got the regular belt, didn't they?
Now let me ask you this. Rapstar. Let me ask you this. Demetrius Andre won 2 vacant titles, right? If he beats David Benavidez for the interim WBC, what's his biggest win?
I mean, the fans will recognize that as
they're going to recognize that, yeah.
The fans will recognize that as the respectful win.
And if Canelo Alvarez Canelo Alvarez moves up and they elevate Demetrius Andre as champion, who got a problem?
Right, but nobody else in boxing is going to recognize him on paper like that. Only the fans will recognize him.
I think that's enough.
But that's not enough for his legacy, because that's nothing for his kids.
No, because in the end of the day, once you elevate it, you a world champion. That's going to be on paper. You will be a 3-division world champion.
No, but what I'm saying, Punch, I think people are trying to say this as well. It doesn't sound good to be an elevated world champion when you're better than that.
But who is he beating when he's elevated? That's what I'm saying.
I get that too. But do you understand that if when it's all said and done, you don't want to tell your kids, "Oh yeah, man, I'm a champion."
Yeah, but we just outlined that we don't respect. Yeah, but
we just
said,
but somebody goes checks it out and says, "Yo, man, some hardcore guy. There might be a punch in 20 years. Punch there."
Yeah, but
say, "Yo, man, that guy was an elevated champion," and the kid heard it.
Yeah, but even Canelo, we don't respect Canelo's Matthew Hatton title.
That's why the interim is there. They fight for an interim. They fight for an interim, knowing they get notified that this champion is not gonna be here for too long, or he's on his way out to move up, or he's on his way up to be or he's gonna retire. That's why they have the interim. Yeah. So when you leave the belts, it won't fall into ambiguity. You give it to the respectable guy. So that's what I'm saying. Demetrius, how can you say? How can anybody be like, oh, he beat the Mexican monster for the interim? Canelo Alvarez.
But do you think anyone in boxing
who does he need to fight to get the respect?
Do you think the real champions of the world ever respect the interim? Do you think they do? Do you think they always speak highly of the interim? Never. They always downplay the interim champion. Always. You always get, man, he ain't a real champion. Man, what the fuck is that belt?
Yeah, how's that any better? Getting a vacant title fighting.
This is how boxing is like that. They don't recognize interim champions in the real world.
But that's what we're trying to say. How is that any better than winning a vacant title, fighting a nobody that we don't respect, and then you'll get questioned down the road?
Like we know what we're talking about.
See, I think you can't take but I think you still can't take away from the man who's really got the championship belt, and if he's been elevated championship belt, became a super champion, then you know this man is the real deal because he beat 2 champions. So if they elevate that guy and he becomes a super champion, like a Mayweather, like a Loma, like a Canelo Alvarez at the time of their play, you know these guys were dominating. So at that point, you can't downplay, oh, you know what, Mayweather shouldn't have a super title because, no, he proved himself. Manny Pacquiao shouldn't have a super title. No, he proved himself.
I could be wrong, but I think I got an example. That wasn't Garcia in line for Haney's for the interim title. They could have fought for that interim title.
I don't know, bro.
Punch knows these things.
I'm not sure. I'm not when Mikey Garcia left.
No, Garcia had turned down to fight Haney for the interim title or one of that thing that he could have been in line for the interim title by fighting Haney.
135. He dropped this.
Garcia could have had an interim fight, something along those lines. I thought you knew.
Yeah, I don't
it would have been to face Haney. Yeah, that's out there.
Yo, get the beautiful
Jackie Hernandez. Good looking out with a super chat. Jackie, God bless. Hope you're doing well. I mean, look, if Demetrius were to beat David Benavidez and he becomes the interim, then he will have to fight maybe Caleb Plant. Let's say if Caleb Plant fights Charlo, doesn't fight him. Let's just say Caleb Plant don't fight him. Then to solidify Demetrius Andre, he will have to fight Midbilly, Pavel Selgigan, maybe John Ryder, Danny Jacobs, Jesse Hart. Man, he beat he beat David Benavidez. That's what I'm saying. He would get the ultimate respect. But then it falls line on what I've been saying. No, you don't respect Demetrius Andre for what he won for his vacants, but you will respect the interim more than his world champion.
In his particular situation, maybe yes, because he's really.
It's not maybe yes. We all know it's yes.
Demetrius Andre is in that situation where he got a weak resume. They say. You know, that they're not big fighters known around the world. They're not somebody who really was anybody of a threat. So maybe you're right that if he beats David Benavidez, that will be solidified. That would show the world that he is the real guy because Benavidez has been a 2-time world champion himself.
At the end of the day, it's all opinionated. And yeah, it does matter who you beat in the ring to win a title.
Yeah. And we will find a way to discredit it, right? That's what people. That's what we do, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
Collectively.
you're not gonna have everybody happy. So yeah, so like some people are gonna like it and some people are not gonna like it.
Even in the women, when the man is around on 7th division, but who did she beat for it? Her real biggest fight and her first real big fight was Katie Taylor. They were snubbing her by being 7th division world champion as well. You know what I'm saying?
Well, with the women's boxing is a bit different in it though, because they got
It's
only
the same with the guys.
10% of the opponents that the men got. So it's very hard for them to have elite opponents because there's not much of a woman's foundation in boxing. So there's not many women competing at that level. So when you are good, you stand out like the Amandas, the Katies, the Clarissa Shields. But right now the argument is, who's the number one pound for pound woman? Who is the number one? Is it Clarissa Shields or is it Katie Taylor? This is what I'm looking at on online these days. That people are very they're going to debate who is the number one woman really. Is it the Irish woman Katie Taylor or is it the American woman in Clarissa Shields?
Let's say Clarissa Shields now.
Yeah, Punch, because you know more about women's boxing. You give it to her. She's the number one. Okay. Yeah, mate.
3-time undisputed. That's just too tough to argue. Too tough to argue.
Right.
I mean, of course, I think that overall, Katie Taylor may even still have the better names in her resume
and excitement.
You know, but also now that Crew de Jorn is legitimized herself as undisputed, it makes Clarissa Shields beating Crew de Jorn a long time ago as her first fight. That was her first fight. Crew de Jorn, and Crew de Jorn now is undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So now it makes her resume even deeper.
So how do you feel about her now being mixed up with the men? Because some people are saying that she shouldn't be mixed up with the men because she don't knock people out, and it's not like but Showbiz, you know, no respect to Showbiz because he's one of, you know, he's a good channel, but he says that he has to give her the number one pound for pound out of everyone, even men and women.
I respect it because it's just is an opinionated pound for pound list, everybody. So I respect his pound for pound. You know, some people wouldn't put the women, but certain people just see boxing as boxing, and her accomplishment is something that it's gonna be it's too hard to ignore. It's too hard to ignore. You know what I'm saying?
It's like history book shit now.
Yeah, like look, there's some people that have their pound for pound list and they put the heavyweights. There's certain pound for pound they got Tyson Fury heavy on their pound for pound. There's other pound for pound when they be like, I don't put heavyweights on my pound for pound, but we put Usyk because he came from the cruiserweight, so he's a 2 division. In the end of the day, it's selective. It's your own pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? And if you could break down your pound for pound list on why it is the way it is, then I respect Showbiz pound for pound list. I wouldn't have the women, me myself, but I respect it.
Because another couple of channels, I'm just seeing boxing pundits said you can't do that because there's certain men who fought great opponents in one weight class where Clarissa Shields hasn't had that level of competition in all her life. So it's very subjective when you put women next to the men. Because, yeah, the women are good. And, you know, I've seen you pushing women boxing for a long time. Since people like us wasn't that interested. I'm not going to cap, you know. So, but, you know, I got to keep it real. Women don't excite. Yeah, they're good fighters. They're getting better. Yeah, we've seen some great moments. But then they're not on the same level of skill, ability, and, you know, that crazy testosterone it takes for, you know, knockouts and blood. They don't bring that excitement. They come in with their skills. They come with their skills, but they're very levels apart. They're very levels apart to the men. I
don't know. I think there is an evolution in women. Look, we talk about men and women, but look at who KSI beat, a professional boxer, a man. How did he turn out? Look at the resume of all these of a lot of male fighters. Look at their resume. Like I always say, Brandon Lee got 16 fights with guys that have losing records.
Yeah,
but he's hyped, right? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, let's look at the records too. There's a lot of men that shouldn't even be in the ring with other dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
So
they say that this. I heard this at some point.
come on, nobody could deny Katie Taylor's skills.
No, nobody
She
can.
got better skills. She got better skills than half the men.
Yeah, but I heard this in stats, and I'm gonna find the channel again. And it was a channel in England who's really into women's boxing, and he said the number 1 woman wouldn't be able to fuck with the fucking number 30th man. They're way levels and levels apart in the real skill of boxing. But they said can I just finish? They said that the women have elevated in the last 20 years, have at least come to the point where it's watchable, and it's at least their skill levels has gone above now because they've got high professional training to make these women. But they're levels and levels apart. Even an amateur man will beat the fuck out of the like a number 40 amateur will beat a professional.
Yeah, but that's
top
because
woman.
testosterone.
Yeah,
that's like fighting somebody in hands.
But
It has nothing
it's
to do
just
with
the way
skills.
that it's just the way the man hits. It's the way the man's IQ, the man how he is when he's got on hunger in the fight. The way the man is gonna demolish you. They got a different kind of a way of thought process.
Yeah, but then a man got to fight another man. A woman got to not fight another woman. Who got more skill set than you? Clarissa Shields or Rolly Romero?
I mean, at this point, of course, Clarissa Shields got more skills.
Katie Taylor, Rolly Romero. Who got more skills?
But I think Rolly Romero knock them both out in 1 minute.
Who got more skills?
It doesn't matter because Rolly Romero will beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, but that's like fighting somebody.
Rolly Romero will knock Clarissa Shields out.
It doesn't matter. I said skills. I said skills. I said skill set. I said skills.
Well, their skills won't matter against Rolly Romero.
Who got more skills, Clarissa Shields or Rolly Romero? I mean, you already answered that. Katie Taylor, Rolly Romero.
I don't even know if the skills matter, though. I don't know.
So the skills don't matter then.
It won't matter against Rolly Romero.
So thank you for saying that. You know why? Because now when we talk about Deontay Wilder and Alexander Usyk, I don't want to hear about no skills. This man can knock out the fuck out of Usyk, and that's it. He got more power than Usyk. He will knock him out because skills don't matter. You see how things turned around. You like that one, right?
Yeah, I love it. Let's do that, man. That's good. Yeah, man. We shouldn't give a fuck about Deontay Wilder's skills. I never did. I've never ever given a fuck about Deontay Wilder's skills when people said, look how many times he gets punched in the face. So what? He's never been that defensive fighter. He hasn't been the skillful fighter who knows how to move his head like Mike Tyson. He doesn't have the distance understanding like Ali, but guess what? He'll knock you out if he touches you.
Exactly.
But I always understood the Wilder story is different to me. Wilder's story is, man, this guy wasn't meant to be in boxing, but look what he can do. Mm-hmm. See, people forget that. Wilder wasn't meant to. When he first came to the game, they said, man, this guy ain't going to do nothing. Yeah? Klitschko said that, man, they said Klitschko knocked him out in sparring when he was coming up. So what? He learned his way. David Hay was teaching him when he was coming up. Remember?
Yeah.
He was learning the way. And I'll tell you what, nobody ever thought Deontay Wilder would be this kind of a force at one time. Do you remember them days?
I always felt like he was a force. I've always been a Deontay Wilder.
I don't know, you know.
I'm going to sound.
They said he was skeptical when he was coming up. Remember?
Yeah, I'm going to be a little. I'm always been a Deontay Wilder fan. Because
do you remember when you heard that story that Klitschko knocked him out? Then people said,
I heard the story, but I also heard when Mike Tyson got knocked out in sparring too.
Yeah, but did you watch the video when early days Wilder was coming up like a young guy and he got wobbled by David Hay and that video went out? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And these were the times when Wilder was coming up and there were a bit of stories. Oh man, no, this guy's not the real deal. But then Wilder proved people wrong.
Yeah, but that's sparring though. Everybody even Roy Jones Jr. said that his wars was on sparring.
Yeah, that was the early days of Wilder. You know, but hey, look, man, Wilder did what he had to do, but it's very subjective again. Who's Wilder's two best ever opponents that he's beat?
Danny Medina in the building.
Yeah. Good? Wilder's two ever best opponents, years and years later. Now Wilder's a grown man. And now Wilder's at 36 years old. What's he done in those 14 years that we've talked now? Who's the two best opponents he fought? Was Luis Ortiz and Bermain Sterven?
That he beat Luis Ortiz
and Bermain Sterven.
Yeah.
That was his 2 best opponents that he's beat now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wilder is what it is, bro. I mean, he's still got a lot going on, a lot to prove. And what do you think about his video? People don't know.
Great music video. Great music video. Great music video.
You like it?
I heard. You told me that you've been listening to the song every day.
Did
Like
I?
I mean, all day. It's on your
Yeah,
playlist.
man. I've been listening 24/7.
How it goes.
I don't even know the words.
Yo, you gonna go live?
Nah.
All right.
Not today,
man.
bro. But yeah, man. I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, man. Somebody sent me this message.
Yo, I'm gonna see the
yeah, I'm just gonna say before I go, yeah, I saw fucking the phone today, right? I see fucking 10, 11, 12, 15. I said, huh? What's this YouTube likes 15 and messages? I said, what's going on there? I looked in there. Some guy goes, yeah, thanks to Paulie, I'm here, rap star. What? Thanks to Paulie, I'm watching this rap star. I said, what? Paulie who? Paulie Malignaggi? I said, wait there. I went and looked myself. I didn't even know. So I went on there, and Paulie Malignaggi's got a new video saying, yo, receipts for Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Now, I'm going to keep it real. Paulie's doing what you've done and what happened between you and Bill when it came down to keeping facts about 16 months later, and he's bringing out receipts. So he says, Paulie, before I leave, he says, you know what? I was going to leave this. I actually wanted to give Bill and Devin Haney some credibility. But the more I researched and the more I saw, I ain't going to stop back now.
Yo, that's the part that I've seen, and then I fell asleep.
And then he says, right, so I didn't know. I only watched a little while ago. So then he says, look, man, let me put this video up that I talked about on Twitter. So I didn't even know he put my video up on his Twitter. So he goes, let me just put this receipt up. So he goes on there and saying, so he puts up my video with rap star boxing knowledge, and he puts up my video when Mauricio Sulaiman was going at Bill Haney, and Bill Haney was going at Mauricio. And I was laughing and chopping it up in the video. So you can hear me in Paulie's channel laughing and shit. Right? Yeah. And he goes, you see that? He goes, and now he's talking about that video, and all his video is about my video. So respect to Paulie Malignaggi. He got big receipts from Rap Star Boxing today. But you know what it is, Punch? He used my small channel. He went on my Rap Star Raw Boxing. He went on the UK 47 instead of my real channel, like the one that I use. You get me? And he got the video from there. But respect to Paulie, he didn't call. What he did is he didn't call my name, but what he did, he typed up my name because I didn't put that name there. He put the video is via Rap Star Boxing. So he put my name on his channel. You get me?
That's what's up, bro.
He didn't do one of them. Oh yeah, I found this fucking receipt. Oh, I'm not gonna talk about that. No, he put my name there with the receipt. So respect to Paulie Malignaggi, bro.
Respect to Paulie, respect to Rap Star and everybody chat, man. I gotta go. Let me eat something, man. And yo, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, get updated videos, that share it. Good looking now. Anthony Dirrell. I'm going to chop it up, you know what I'm saying? Put the whole interview, you know what I'm saying, as just one video. Love y'all, God bless, and on to the next.